Melbourne Cricket Ground, the game between North Melbourne and Collingwood, and what a great week it's been for the Collingwood club. A lot of dramas. Let's see how they fire this afternoon against North Melbourne. From the bounce, there's a chance for Jimmy Cracker to get in there. Can't take it away, though. The hurried kick comes from the boot of McEwen. It goes very high for Collingwood, up to the half-forward zone. Here's a chance for Barham. Barham out in the open. Let's fly towards goal. It drops short, and a mark taken in defence. And a good mark at that taken by North Melbourne's Peter Smith.
Well, Peter Smith played a great game last Friday night against Hawthorn. He gives it to Passmore, who also battled very hard in that game. He brings it towards centre wing. Morwood thumps it away. Good disciplined play. Kicked off the ground by Law. He gives it straight to Mullane. Mullane to Tony Shaw. Here comes a hand pass out wide. A chance for the Magpies. It's that centre forward. Jamie Turner towards full forward. Brian Taylor out in front of Peter Smith. Foot behind, and Taylor has taken a easy mark, uncontested. 15 metres out, and a good start this could be to the Magpies, as Taylor, normally a very, very accurate kick from right in front.
I'd be most surprised, Peter, if he could miss from there. About 25 metres out, it'd be the tops from where he'll kick it. Taylor coming in, boot right behind it. Oops, doesn't look a good kick from here, but the umpire said you have missed. So, Pete, that wasn't a good shot by a recognised full forward.
Oh, the bent knee, you could see it there.
Well, Bruce Andrew would say he didn't have a taut instep.
He just tried to steer that one through, and that is a bad miss to Brian Tully. He'd be really annoyed with himself there as the ball that comes out. This could be out without being touched as Crocker forces it to the line and over the line out of bounds. I think, Jack, North Melbourne would be favourites in this game after a great performance against the Hawks last Friday night. With all the turmoil at Collingwood during the week, well, certainly the critics have gone for North Melbourne. Here it is with Jamie Turner and Ricky Barham. He's got it, Ricky, on half-forward flank. He's had 2 kicks already in the game. Off the side of the boot, Shane Morwood goes up. Couldn't take it. It's back towards McDonald. It's taken away with a hand pass out to Cloak. Cloak to Mark Williams. A short pass towards the pocket. Taylor overruns the ball. Here's a chance for a hand pass from Ackley. Out wide of Passmore. Passmore with his second kick of the game as he brings it towards centre wing. Up they go. And it's a good mark there taken by Jamie Turner. He was off.
Yes, it's caught.
Yes, it could even have been holding the ball as we see Big Wes Fellows pick it up on the left foot. Hooks it back towards half forward, and that could have been a free kick. No, said the umpires. Mark Williams, a hand pass to Darren Collins. He trips over. Going in after this Schimmelbusch. Great to see him back in the side. Here's Ackley trying to crash his way through. He's still got the ball. He's grabbed by the foot, and it's a free kick to David Ackley.
Ackley in the back pocket for North Melbourne at the scoreboard end of the MCG, going toward the outer side wing position. Players take their positions, going for the mark, and it may have dropped through. Better mark being played out there to Abernethy, yes, playing against his old club, and Abernethy has the ball for Collingwood. Coming in toward Taylor, who's led out in front of Smith. Law is there, and the man in front should have been paid the mark. The umpire calls play on. So North Melbourne defending well. To the members' wing they come. It's been driven out to the half-forward flank nearly for North. Kicked off the ground. That was Smith who put the ball into play. There's a chance now for Arceri. He should have got a hand pass in. It was a bit late coming. Oops. Smith getting the kick off the ground. Goes into the half-forward zone. Tony Shaw on the turf now. The hand pass comes out. The umpire set a throw, and a free kick will go North Melbourne's way.
Well, I see Jimmy Cracker playing there on Tony Shaw. Now, I wonder if Tony Shaw has been given the job to pick him up wherever he goes. As we see Arceri kick it up towards full forward. Up they go. No mark. It hits the deck. Players going in hard after the ball as we see the ball in the forward pocket area. Darren Mullane quite happy to see it go over the line and out of bounds.
Quite happy to put it over the boundary line and out of bounds. We've been playing 3 3/4 minutes of the first term. North Melbourne trailing Collingwood. North Melbourne have not yet scored. Collingwood have 1 point, which should have been a goal kick by Taylor. The tackle came on Steele. The ball hits the turf, and the umpire, Rowan Soers, who today is umpiring with Jeff Morrow, has called for the ball to be bounced in the half-forward zone. A bit of a dust-up there by a couple of players, but nothing to worry about. And Big Fellows going for the ball for Collingwood. Didn't make contact. Picked up by Tony Shaw. The left foot kick comes back to Law. Law does the roving as the players fly high. It was Harris who went for the mark. Now Collingwood move it out. A hand pass came from McEwen. A good kick too off the boot of the Collingwood player in Daniels. Up to the half-forward zone. Defensive work by Dwyer, but the ball on the turf. Should have been a free kick there, the umpire said not, and we'll see a bounce taking place on Collingwood's half-forward flank.
Yes, a desperate opening to this game. You can see that players are very, very keyed up as we're almost at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Only 1 point on the board, and that was to Collingwood. That was well done by Cloak. I'll certainly relish having him back in the side. There's Ackley getting out a hand pass to Atkins. He loses the ball. Scrambly passage of play as players dive on top of it. In comes umpire Morrow to bounce it. Half-forward flank for Collingwood.
In the first 5 minutes of the game, which has just left us, North Melbourne have not yet scored. Collingwood 1 behind. Ball will be bounced now on Collingwood's half-forward flank in front of the members' stand. A great day for football at the MCG. The course, well, the track looks a picture. A left-foot kick there by Arceri goes straight to Shaw, who kicks back toward Taylor Smith, getting the front berth, and a good mark.
Yes, a great mark to Peter Smith. Brian Taylor should have marked that one, Jack. He had it all over Smith there, as we see number 15. That's Ross Smith getting it across to Peter German. German on the right foot brings it back to the half-forward flank where Phil Cracker runs to the ball. There was some doubt, a lot of talk before the game. Gee, young Gaper, that I should say Phil Cracker may not take his place. Young Gaper, has he got a big job picking up Phil Cracker?
Well, they must have a big opinion of him, so to give Gaper the job on Cracker. His fellow is getting pushed in the back by McDonald on that occasion. It was pretty obvious from here, so I don't know why McDonald's complaining. And free kick will go Collingwood.
I was just thinking as North ran out, Jack, gee, they're a small side over the ground. They really do lack height.
Yeah, they haven't got much tall timber at all. Fellow should really play well today. So the ball thumped down in front of the players now. Tony Shaw in the thick of things, getting pushed in the back by German. The umpire didn't award that. And a boundary throw-in taking place on the true centre wing position, outer side.
That was good play by Darren Harris there. He jumped up. He's got a huge leap, Jack. I saw him on Friday night in the night game against Hawthorn, and he's a huge kick and a big leap. So it'll be great to watch him today.
Well, let's hope he gets it a few times. Now, here's Dwyer. The hand pass came to him. He's put it out toward the half-forward flank, and the mark taken by McDonald. McDonald coming into the full forward zone, looking for someone to give it to. McCann's in front, and he takes the mark on the chest. Now, McCann normally a good kick. He's out about 45 to 50 metres. The little bit of breeze there is at the MCG should be behind him, but we don't take that into consideration here because we all say it goes round in circles. Big kick and a big kick by McCann, but it's off target and through for only 1 behind. So on Seven's Big League, 7 minutes into the first term, scores are level, 1 point apiece. Collingwood, North Melbourne, or it's the North Melbourne Collingwood game at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Ground does look great, Peter, doesn't it?
Well, it's absolutely perfect conditions. 18 degrees Celsius it is today, and the ground is in magnificent condition as Morwood flies over the top. There's Williams being bundled out of the way. It's grabbed on half forward by Wayne Schimmelbusch. Oh, Atkins caught with the ball. He was put under a lot of pressure there. Knocked out there by Morwood. Over to Tony Shaw, who's in everything at the moment. Over to Burgess with a hand pass. Burgess on centre wing, kicks wide. He's looking for Neville Shaw. Neville Shaw, good mark. Off he goes. Onto the left foot. That was good play by Neville Shaw. Up towards full forward. Barham. Oh, beautifully done. Magnificent football by Ricky Barham as he slams it through for the first goal of the game to Collingwood.
A nice bit of pace shown by Barham there. Got away from Dwyer and picked the ball up very cleanly. The bounce was good, was kind to him. Of course, it had to be. Had it bounced badly for him, he couldn't have got it, but he picked it up nicely and slammed it through for their first goal.
Well, personally, I'm absolutely amazed that Ricky Barham was not in the Collingwood side last week, that they dropped him for that game against the Swans. I would have thought that he would be almost an automatic selection in the Collingwood side with his pace.
Right, the whistle sounds in the centre. Must be Collingwood's free kick. Williams going back for it, but I think Fellows will be awarded the free kick. Yes, it's Fellows with the ball for Collingwood. He should get the ball up to no one on the mark. He's run nearly through the centre square and drive right up toward Taylor. Smith's coming from the back to try and spoil. That was successful. The ball's hit the turf. Oops, stuck in the head there. What was that going down? Collins, was it? Yep. Yes, went down the looking for a free kick which didn't eventuate, and the umpire now will bounce about 30 metres out from Collingwood's goal. Well,
a couple of bad mistakes there. Fancy no one being on the mark in the centre of the ground. The Fellows gave him an extra 20 metres. There's Cloak doing the ruck work, grabbed by Law. Law up towards half forward. Torquay Fellows, there he is, but he's beaten by Ross Smith. It's good to see him back in the side too as he goes looking for Cracker, Phil Cracker. Gaper was right onto him, backing up as Burgess. Burgess and Phil Cracker. Well smothered, but it comes back to Turner. Was it touched? I thought it was off the boot. And, oh, boy, I thought it was the umpire called play on, but he's playing the 15 metres. We see Jamie Turner in the centre of the ground go for the long kick. He's looking for Taylor. He flies, couldn't take it. Over the back is Peter Smith. He gives it across to Ackley. Ackley brings it on the left foot out wide. He's looking there for Cracker now. This is Jimmy Cracker. Oh, in the back against Greg Smith, and it's a free kick. It was a free kick to Jimmy Cracker in front of the Melbourne member stand. A poor tackle by Greg Smith.
Jimmy Cracker looking for somewhere to go. McDonald does lead, but the kick's over his head, and Lee McDonald up for it, can't take it. A chance now for Arceri. The kick from his boot coming down to the half-forward zone. Another chance for North Melbourne. Now with the ball is Steele, getting around toward German. German can break clear. Had a great chance to go. He couldn't break clear, though. Turner gets a hand pass into Morwood. Morwood's hand pass to Shaw. Tony Shaw gathering a little bit of pace, driving up toward the half-forward zone. No mark is taken by Cloak. It's in the centre of the ground now. Cracker and Cloak do battle. Socket off the ground by Passmore. Picked up again. Looked like Smith. Got a short pass into Fellows. Fellows looking for Taylor. Taylor ready to take the mark in front of Smith. Nobody got behind Smith, as a matter of fact. And a good tackle against Smith. Should have been rewarded with a free kick. The umpire said too high.
It was too high, Jack. He got him round the neck, and the umpire right onto that one, as we see.
Yes,
Peter Smith had pulled back. He was right close to that one, and he gave it across to McCann, who's resting, playing at full forward, resting there, as we see. Back to McCann from Law. He loses that one. Was he pushed in the back? Yes, said the umpire against David Cloak, and the ball will come back to McCann. And I'm pleased to see that North Melbourne are using McCann on the ball, Jack, because he played a great game when he moved there against Hawthorn on Friday night.
Well, I think your opening comment, Pete, made that just about a sure thing that he had to play in the ball, because you did say North lacked height, and McCann's one of their taller players. So McCann now getting the ball out to the wing position, where the free kick's been awarded. It was a penalty downfield, evidently, Peter, and Schimmelbusch will take it, looking for... who was that, Harris?
This is Harris. Now, on Friday night...
I haven't seen this fella before.
Well, I'll tell you something about him, Jack. I watched him against Hawthorn. He's got a huge leap. Now, I better be careful here. He kicks the ball. He kicks the ball 80 metres. Honestly, he is a long, long kick. He'll probably mess it up now after I've said that. There's the kick. It's a low trajectory one, and you wouldn't believe it. It's a point. But he kicked a couple of boomers against Hawthorn on Friday night. The umpire,
I thought that was deliberating
whether that was a mark or over the line. The goal umpire reckons it was over the line. So I think he's going to say it's a point. Yes. So it's a point to North Melbourne. I don't know why the crowd's booing. I think the goal umpire's in the better position than all of us.
Yes, well, if he was positioned at that moment, but the umpire put the hand up originally for the behind, and now the field umpire has awarded it. There's a mark to North Melbourne from the kick in from the full back position. Steele with the ball for North. I can't see any short passes there. He might be going for the big fella again, who just had the last shot. Ryan, he's up high, got out of position, got put out of position. Williams being held. Here's a chance for Arceri. Oh, he's pushed in the back behind the umpire. Called play on. That might have been a bit lucky for the Collingwood fans. The ball thumped the turf. It comes to Tony Shaw. Hand pass finds Williams. He gives it back out to Neville Shaw. Neville Shaw to Barham. Good pass finds Barham half-forward flank. Barham looking for a lead from Taylor. Taylor caught behind Smith. The kick's a poor one. It dropped short. Taylor a chance to pick up. Couldn't get down to it. Taken by Law. Law hooks it back to the members' wing position. He's going to run toward the boundary line. That's where it's going to finish. You see a boundary throw-in taking place between Collingwood's half-forward flank and the true wing position on the members' side. Scores: North Melbourne 2 points, Collingwood 7 points. Are on 7's big lead.
Well, we've been going 13 minutes in this first quarter as we see Cloak against McCann down on the ground. Collingwood scouting the packs better than North Melbourne, as we see Tony Shaw in everything up towards half forward, and a good mark taken there by the Collingwood skipper there in Mark Williams. Now there's one out down there, Brian Taylor. He should kick it quickly. He's against Peter Smith. He ducks back now. He's got the set if he's good enough. He's got it. Oh, he dropped it. But he's still got it. Stucks it back. It was touched off the boot. Bad luck to Brian Taylor, because he used his body beautifully on that occasion. But unluckily, it's only 1 point. So the scores are 1 goal to Collingwood, North Melbourne 2 points.
Well, Taylor had the ball in his hand, should never have dropped the mark. Cracker playing on from the full back position now, getting a hand pass in. It's come to Smith, and Peter Smith from the full back pocket area goes down toward the wing position on the outer side, and the mark has been taken. Looking for a free kick out there. Who was that? That's Ross Smith, looking for 15 metres. He had the ball. And the umpire has awarded him the 15 metres, but he certainly stopped play. He's getting the ball moving to the forward zone now. McDonald went up too early, far too early, and given away the free kick to Phillips.
A stupid play, actually, Jack, by Donald McDonald. He took his eye off the ball and tried to ride his opponent. As we see a hand pass come to Burgess. Burgess, that was from Jamie Turner. Up towards half forward, John Law. Oh, geez, that was great use of the body, wasn't it, over to Atkins? Atkins onto the left foot. He hooks it back towards half forward. Greg Smith overruns the ball. Good tackle, though, as he made the tackle on his opponent there in Donald McDonald. Over the line it goes and out of bounds. But a very even contest at the almost the 15-minute mark of the first quarter, but nothing flash as far as skills are concerned.
The ball in no man's land on the wing position members' side, taken by Morwood, given away here, and it's 37 for Collingwood is Daniels. Greg Daniels driving up to the half-forward zone. North Melbourne's defence standing. Crockett's run too far. A bit too long. Got to bounce right down on the wing. Now Collingwood goes straight back into attack.
Well, that's the old story. Why they won't want to kick the damn ball. It's unbelievable. We see Ackley beaten for that one. Here's a chance for Ricky Barham. He's got it. He sprints. He runs to the open goal. Ricky Barham for his second. Oh, brilliant play. And he slams it through. How could they leave this plug out the side last week?
On 7's big league. The score here at the MCG. Collingwood 2-2-14. North Melbourne 2 points.
Brilliant play by Ricky Barham. Tremendous pace. He's kicked two. And I'll tell you what, Jack, Collingwood are looking all right at the moment. I know it's early days. North haven't got their game going yet. That's a terrific start by Collingwood. And that pace of Barham down there on that forward line is creating a few problems for the North defence.
Back at the centre of the ground now. The ball being put down. Your umpires today being Jeff Morrow and Rowan Saws. The ball tapped down and Collingwood had a chance to go back into attack. They can't get the ball cleanly out of the centre. I think the umpires will have to bounce again. The ball only a few metres away from the centre bounce ring. Umpire Rowan Saws in control. 16 1/4 minutes gone. The first term on 7's big league from the Melbourne cricket ground. North Melbourne and Collingwood and against Paris.
There's that lack of height. As I said at the start of the game, Fellows with a huge height advantage on Harris. And
all you have to do is rove to Fellows, isn't it?
Well, that's right.
Push him in the back.
Exactly right. There's North. Demetrio trying to get it to Passmore, caught with the ball. Play on, said the umpire. Here's a chance as Neville Shaw couldn't get the kick in. In they go. He's still going, Neville Shaw. Demetrio, they trip over him and it's a free kick to Demetrio. He's on half-back flank. He plays on. He goes wide. He's looking out there for Phil Cracker. It's over his head to Asiri. Asiri falls over. Now he goes after it again. Wide he goes to Phil Cracker. Oh, jeez, brilliant play. Phil Cracker, off he goes. Here goes the little North champ as he kicks it on the left foot. He's up wide. Oh, was it a free kick? No, it's Joe. He knocked it out of the hands of Jimmy Cracker. Oh, boy, they had a chance there, North Melbourne. They messed it up on the forward line. As the scoreboard shows, 2-2 Collingwood, 3 points North. A good start by the Magpies.
Yes, they're going well. Phillips in from the full-back position has found big Fellows. Had 2 bounces in 10 metres. Eventually gets the left foot working to the half-forward zone. Up toward the wing it goes, and Dwyer out in front of Barham. So Dwyer out manoeuvring Barham on that occasion, but has lowered his colours to Barham so far. He's had 2 goals kicked against him by the speedy wingman. Cracker coming through now. Hand pass comes back to Law. The Law's kick hooked in toward the forward zone. There was a chance now for North Melbourne. Smith coming out for North Melbourne. His hand pass about to come out to Mullane, but he was legged, the umpire said, and we'll see a free kick going Collingwood's way.
North Melbourne breaking. There's Jafer coming away. They're breaking down badly on the forward line. Collingwood's defence is pretty strong. There's Barham again. He's in everything at the moment, proving a big handful for David Dwyer. Over it goes to Burgess. Burgess to Jamie Turner. Over it goes to Morwood. Morwood caught with the ball. It comes loose to Burgess. Hand pass over the top to Williams. Well, no, bad hand pass, but he's got it again. He hooks it back. It's a high ball. Won't make the distance. And is that a mark to Taylor? I think it is.
Will be.
Yes, a good strong mark to Brian Taylor. He's on a very, very acute angle. He's right on the boundary line. The Magpies looking very, very good at the moment as this will take a miraculous kick from there. Jack, he may even run around. Yes, he is onto the left foot now. Yes, he stabs. He's missed and out on the full.
Well, he had to try something from where he was situated. He was over the boundary line. He was nearly over the fence. So he had to try and run around and open up the angle for himself, but the kick off the left foot wasn't good enough. Collingwood 14 points, North 3 points, and the ball on the wing position out of side. Daniels' hand pass comes in toward the forward pocket area. It's Collins picking up for Collingwood. The kick is a high one, taken away by Demetrio. Not a good kick, though, nor a good one from Demetrio. It's toward the boundary line. This could have been a free kick to Arsiri. The umpire said in the back, and he will be paid that as on the half-back flank. So North Melbourne, I agree with you, Peter, aren't playing well. They're falling down across the half-forward zone. Well, they're not functioning up forward at all, and Collingwood is certainly fired up. So I didn't know which way that 20% cut would go. It appears to me that it's going to fire the Collingwood players up. Bad football from North Melbourne players there.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Shocking hand pass, and the player concerned lost his footing at the last moment. So now Collingwood through fellows going forward, looking for Taylor. Smith stands his ground. Ball comes at Surf now. Williams a chance to pick up and have a snapshot. No, he tried to get it out to Tony Shaw. He's on the boundary line, kept the ball in place. Smith got the hand to it. Here's a chance for Barham. The left foot goal. It's on. Another goal to Barham. Good snap-at goal by Ricky Barham. That's 3 goals to his credit now in the first quarter of football.
Well, tremendous football by Collingwood there, but tremendous team play. Good skills there by Ricky Barham, but shocking play by North Melbourne up around the centre wing area there. Why they won't kick the ball instead of handballing it? I think the coaches these days, I think they just program the players. They must handball after they take a mark instead of roosting at 60 metres to advantage.
Well, some of them have to handball, Peter, because they can't kick very far. There's the bounce in the centre of the ground. Fellows doing well. Cracker's in there. It's Jimmy Cracker. Can't do anything with it. The umpire will bounce. I can't see any move from the North Melbourne. Yes, Dwyer being taken off Barham now after 3 goals kicked on him in 20 minutes, and going on to Barham to try and control him is Ross Smith.
Well, I mentioned before, I don't know how they dropped that guy against the Swans last week. One of their best players last year, of course. There's Cracker. Took a push out. Was it a mark? No, said the umpire. In they go after it. Collingwood looking good. North breaking down up forward. They have to do something. They'll have to get a couple of quick goals, get themselves back in this game. Collingwood are playing on confidence at the moment. They're 21 minutes gone. They're 3 goals to 3 points. It's at half forward for North Melbourne. Let's see McDonald against Fellows. Fellows with that extra height. There's it brought out of defence. That was by Graham Allen towards centre wing area. Neville Shaw goes in after it. It comes loose to Collins. He copped one in the back. Play on, said the umpire. No attempt to get rid of it by Darren Collins. Well, he didn't make any attempt, so the umpire's pretty considered. Now, Darren Harris, I gave him a rap as a big kick. That's a long drop punt up towards full forward. Is it a mark? No, he couldn't take it on the second bite, as we see Greg Smith to Atkins. Atkins tries to get rid of it to McDonald. McDonald to Steele. A hand pass to Arceri. Arceri over the top to McCann. McCann in the open goal. And there's the first goal of the game for North Melbourne. They move on to 1 goal 3, a total of 9, trailing Collingwood 3-2-20.
Well, it took North Melbourne 22 minutes to kick a goal against Collingwood. The umpire out there, I think he's reporting Smith. I think he's reporting him. I didn't see what happened. I was watching the play in the goal square. The umpire with the book out. And Smith of Collingwood appears to be having his number taken by Jeff Morrow, the field umpire. Now, for what I can't enlighten you, Jeff Morrow's going back to talk to someone else now. He's going back to talk to Donald McDonald about
Does the goal stand or not?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the goal stands. That must have been after, I think, Peter, after the goal.
They might have another kick. Don't tell me that they're going to have a second kick and 2 goals.
No, I can't see.
This could happen, Jack. The first time in many years, I think this is about to happen.
Oh, gee, you might be right, because it was McCann kicked the first one.
Yes, the goal was signalled when the incident occurred. And this is the first time I have seen this happen in league football for at least 15 years, that North Melbourne, from the one incident, could score 2 goals if Donald McDonald kicks his ball, and he might have missed. Or has he got it? Yoey's kicked it 2 goals to North Melbourne from the one incident.
You don't see that very often. I don't think I've actually seen that before.
I saw it happen 30 years. I reckon I saw it happen about 15 years ago at South Melbourne. It happened to a guy called Stevie Hoffman.
Yeah, that may have happened, but I haven't seen it happen. No. That's what I'm saying, and that's most unusual. McCann kicked the first goal, and then an infringement with Smith and McDonald. The umpire allowed the first goal to stand and has given McDonald a free kick, and Donald McDonald has kicked the second goal out of. So you can't call it the same incident. It's a different incident. So there are 2 incidents there that brings North Melbourne now within 5 points of Collingwood, and we certainly have the most entertaining game of football at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Well, that's a twice at the centre bounce, and an infringement has been made. That is unbelievable. I nearly forgot to put down the goal there to McDonald. I got such a shock, but that is bad play then by Greg Smith, if that's cost them a goal, as we see Fellows.
And a report.
And a report as well. It's a very, very bad play, and Bobby Rose will be absolutely livid about that. There's McCann on the left foot, off the side of the boot. It comes wide towards the pocket. Instead of being 1 goal 3, North Melbourne are 2 goals 3 and only 5 points behind. I think if the goal umpire signalled a goal and the ball has been kicked through. I think you're entitled to another kick if an incident happens.
Well,
Jack.
it must have, because it's happened. Atkins on North Melbourne on the left foot got hit too high, the umpire said, so a free kick will go now to Graham Atkins. There is a chance that North Melbourne could lead at quarter time. They didn't have a very good quarter. In fact, they haven't had a good quarter of football. It took them 22 minutes to kick their first goal, and the second one came in that most unusual incident. But now it's Atkins a chance to get North Melbourne in front. Atkins from about 30 metres out, the kick on its way, it's through. North Melbourne in front in the first term at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. It's very hard to believe.
Well, I'm with you, Jack. It's 3 goals, 3 North Melbourne to Collingwood 3-2. I'm with you. I can't believe that North Melbourne are in front. Collingwood have dominated the quarter. Their football has been better. Their team better than North Melbourne. And yet you look at the scoreboard and North Melbourne are in front by a point. You know, like, it's unbelievable. And if I was Bob Rose, I'd be bitterly disappointed that they've blown that lead so easily with undisciplined play. 25.5
minutes into the first term with North Melbourne leading. The kick comes from the boot of Jimmy Cracker to the half-forward zone. It's at the Melbourne Cricket Ground on Sevens Big League. You watch this game. It's been picked up and kicked up by Allen of Collingwood. A chance now for North Melbourne Steel. You can see a lead by German to the half-forward flank wing position. German has it, ducked the head, broke away very nicely, got the ball moving in toward McCann. McCann in front, but Fellows over the top, should have been paid the mark. The umpire didn't pay the mark, gave his hand pass, comes up now, and is taken by Abernathy. He goes into the wing position where North Melbourne stands firm, and it looks like Big MacDonald with the ball. He comes into the centre of the ground, finds Harris, and Peter, you are right, this fella can kick. He's going to send the ball down toward Big McCann now. He kicks long, a good kick. McCann under it, as a matter of fact. He let out too far. Dwyer, hand pass in. Arsiri caught in possession. The ball on the turf, taken by the reported player in Smith. Up to the centre of the ground, and the mark taken by Harris. He goes out wide. The placement is very good indeed. Finds MacDonald. He goes short onto the flank. Here's a chance for North Melbourne.
Yes, as we see, Steele with a long kick. Fellows ducks back and takes. That's not good forward play. As we see, coming away with the football here, Greg Smith, who seemed to have his number taken a moment ago as he gave away that second goal. German on the mark. Shane Morwood has taken the mark on his chest in the back pocket, and it's a 15-metre penalty. I'd like to buy real estate off umpire Morrow because he's been taken back about 25 metres. Shane Morwood's been in good form at centre half back as he brings it towards Cloak. Cloak one hand. I wonder if he's fully fit, Jack, as we see Barham in magnificent form. Ricky Barham, he breaks away, he kicks wide, he's looking towards half forward, and the mark has been taken by Darren Collins. He runs around, he's looking for the short pass, he gives it to Mark Williams, and Mark Williams is at centre half forward. Now Taylor's one out down there against Peter Smith. He should kick it quickly because he can't make the distance from there, Mark Williams. I think
he's going back to take the shot.
Well, he's going the torp. He'll have to get onto it.
He did, look at that. He got onto it all right. It's through for a goal. A great goal kicked by the Collingwood captain in Mark Williams, even though an ex-Collingwood full forward said he couldn't do it. He's popped it through. A great goal kicked by Williams from centre half forward. Yeah. Collingwood 5 points in front.
It was a great kick by Mark Williams. Well, I've never seen him kick a torpedo in his career, and he's confounded me by kicking a torp. Well, I knew a drop punt wouldn't make the distance, but he's got onto a torp. And it's an amazing thing that open your mouth, they soon shut you up, Jack, as it comes back to the centre. Darren Harris against Wes Fellows. Back it comes, and we see German on the right foot looking down for Cracker. Now here's Phil Cracker. He swings onto the left foot over to his brother Jimmy. He should have had a shot. Back it comes to Phil Cracker. In he goes. Oh, he's ridden into the ground. Play on, said the umpire. Oh, gee, was stiffed up to get a free kick. But Phil Cracker, look, he's a great player, Jack. But he's too unselfish. He should have had a shot on the left boot.
It wasn't a good piece of play by Cracker, irrespective of how good he is. That was poor football. He should have had the shot or got the ball into the square, but he went for a hand pass, which wasn't really timely. Morwood's hand pass, not a good one to Tony Shaw. Williams comes on the scene. He can kick that, Williams. It's a beautiful torpedo punch. Caper goes down, and a ball out of bounds on the half-forward flank for North Melbourne.
Yes, a very, very strong. Was that John Law? It was a very, very straight. He's tough. Number 13 for North Melbourne. He only knows one way, and that's straight ahead as it's on half forward for Collingwood. A very even contest. Collingwood probably had the better of the play in a lot of ways, as we see Arsiri up to Jimmy Cracker. Can't take it. Demetrio ridden into the ground. Still going in is Jimmy Cracker. Play on, said the umpire, and now umpire Saws comes in at centre half forward for North Melbourne and will bounce it. 29 minutes, and there it is, the siren to end an eventful first quarter here at the MCG.
Very eventful.
Collingwood lead 4-2-26 to North Melbourne 3-3-21.
From the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the game getting underway for the second quarter now, the game between North Melbourne and Collingwood. Collingwood 4-2-26, leading North Melbourne 3-3-21. Most unusual thing happened in the first term for North Melbourne. After a goal had been scored, another free kick was given to Donald McDonald, who kicked the second goal out of sort of the one passage of play. It's a most unusual incident, but it did happen today, and I think it's the first time I've seen it happen in my 30-odd years of football.
Well, it proves that the umpires, and particularly umpire Morrow there, was right up with the rules of the game, as all umpires are, of course. There's a lovely smother there by Cracker. That was Jimmy Cracker. It's on half forward for North Melbourne as Graham Allen. He'll get a few cheers. He's playing for nothing today, as we see Mullane take the ball away. But it's a free kick going back there towards half back, and I think Graham Allen is going to be the recipient. But the big drama about the pay cut, he'll get the listen to the roars of the crowd, because he's playing for nothing. Graham Allen down towards half forward. There's a mark for David Cloak on half forward flank. A good strong mark. That's his first touch. Well, not his first touch, his first actual kick for the day, as oh, it's a wobbly old kick too. He's looking up there towards half forward, where the mark has been taken by Abernathy. Over to Fellows, and Wes Fellows goes for home with a long kick. A bit of wrestling, and it was touched through for a point to Collingwood. So Collingwood, they move on to 4-3, leading North Melbourne by 1 goal, 3-3.
Wes Fellows had a fairly good first quarter too, doing well. Collingwood playing the better football this stage of the game. There was a good mark there to North Melbourne player in Crocker. Darren Crocker taking the ball for North Melbourne on the half-back flank, looking up to a wing position on the members' side now. It's where the kick is travelling. Steele doing the roving for the Packer, who hit the ball, hit him on the chest too, but he couldn't accept it. Now John Law picks up for North Melbourne on the wing position, driving into the half-forward zone. Cracker sets himself in front, and a good mark in the shadows of the Melbourne Cricket Club stand there. Phil Cracker going into the forward pocket, and a good pass too, but a tight shot will be taken here by Schimmelbusch. He's fairly tight in, as you see.
Those Cracker boys, Jack, I think you'd agree, are tremendous overhead, aren't they, for two little fellas, and use of the ball is outstanding.
I think they're stronger than they look, Peter.
As we see Shimmer.
Got it.
Oh, gee, not a bad looking drop punt. I think that's a goal. It is for the North Melbourne captain, and scores the dead set level at the 2.5-minute mark of the second quarter. 4-3-27 North, Collingwood 4-3-27.
Yes, the game on the big league, 2.5 minutes or plus into the second term. North Melbourne, they didn't play well in the first quarter. You'd have to be a raving ratbag to say they did, even though they're only 5 points behind Collingwood. Collingwood was the much better team in the first quarter, in which Ricky Barham kicked 3 good goals from Collingwood from the wing, and David Dwyer had to be taken away from him.
Centre bounce. Oh, in they go hard. Michael Passmore picks it up. He kicks it high, looking for Steele against
Good
Burgess.
mark.
Too tall. Far too tall. Burgess there as he comes away with the football. He brings it long up towards half forward. Cloak sets himself against Passmore. Over the back is Ackley and Tony Shaw. Cloak to Collins. Collins with a hand pass out wide to Daniels. Daniels into the open goal.
What a
Absolute shocking kick. Oh, Brian Taylor keeps it in play. He's got it in the pocket. He kicks it high towards centre half forward. A pack of players. Cloak is there. Over the back, a chance for Harris. He knocks it on to Jimmy Cracker. Jimmy Cracker to Steele. Oh, beautiful play by Burgess. He punches the ball. That's as good as a kick, as it travelled 40 metres to the boundary line on half-forward flank.
That was a beautiful pass too, but it was just intercepted by Burgess. Good football all round on that occasion. North Melbourne defending from the half-back line on the members' side of the ground. Passmore tried to tap it out, taken by Tony Shaw. Hooks it back in the general direction of the goal. Comes to Law. Law doesn't make too many mistakes. He just made one there, though. Had to kick smothered. Picked up by Barham. He goes for his 4th goal. And it's just missed, I think. Yeah, just missed the goal post.
Is he looking dangerous today? Ricky Barham, he was dropped for the Sydney game last week. It's 4-3 to 4-4, Collingwood in front, and I reckon he's trying to prove something to Collingwood today as Crocker. A bit of luck there, I reckon, on the left foot as he brings it towards the centre wing area and then bounces over the line. But Barham, I reckon, was smarting a little bit today from being dropped last week, and he's putting on a great display up forward for Collingwood.
We may think he has something to prove, Peter. So Barham doing well, as Peter McKenna has told you, with 3 goals, 1 to his credit, and that one only just missed. Up they go. Harris thumps the ball down toward the boundary line again, and that's where it will finish on the wing position out aside. The ball will be thrown back into play. We've been playing now 4 3/4 minutes of the second term at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, with Collingwood leading North Melbourne by 1 slender point.
Cloak against Harris, who's battling hard, knocked out of the hands. Number 26 was Harris again, but finally the kick comes up towards half forward. Oh, that's a good mark. A good mark taken up there by McDonald.
Oh, he should have taken it first grab, not second.
He still took it though, Jack, up towards Zoa. Collingwood players all over the place here, but can they get it? Yes, they had to win out there. Graham Allen on the left foot, out wide, looking there for Neville Shaw. A nice hand pass over the top to Tony Burgess, and the Magpies go into attack. On the left foot, up it comes towards Ross Smith, and he cleverly runs with the flight of the ball and taps it over the line and out of bounds. But North badly undermanned then up forward. There was about 4 to 1, Jack.
Yes, North Melbourne aren't playing. We said that in the first term. Aren't playing well around the half forward, up in the entire forward line. But the ball tapped down to Collins, can't accept it. Passmore's a chance for North Melbourne. Barham hooked it out. Yeah, Passmore goes in for North again. I think that was Collins diving in there with him for Collingwood. He's underneath that pack of players, and the umpire will bounce. The umpire today being umpires Rowan Saws and Jeff Morrow. So it's Rowan Saws in control, putting it down on Collingwood's half-forward flank. Cloak's big punch clears the pack. Ackley a chance. Should have gone to meet the ball. The ball on the turf now. Ackley's given away a free kick. He was trying to... did the wrong thing there, Ackley.
He certainly did. He stopped.
Yeah, he's given away the ball now to a free kick to Collins. So Collins looking for a short pass, or will he go for a kick at goal? He's a fair way out. He's gone for the short pass. He's put it out wide, too wide, and interceptions by Atkins.
Bad kick. A shocking kick by Darren Collins. Taylor had made the lead, and it was nowhere near him. It missed him by about 30 metres, I reckon, as Phil Cracker was grabbed.
Oh, free kick.
Oh, yes, it should have been a free kick. It was clever play by Phil Cracker. Very, very clever play. He knew he was going to be grabbed. He deliberately didn't grab the ball, and he was grabbed as Crocker receives from Cracker. Now Harris, he kicks a mile. Let's see what he does with this one, Norman. He goes for the stab pass to McCann. Oh, gee, over his head. It's taken away by Graham Allen. Over to Mark Williams. He slips. No one there to grab him, though. A little short pass to Darren Collins, centre of the ground. Good play, Burgess, as he backs up. He runs to half forward. He kicks long. Peter Smith against Taylor. Taylor. Oh, it's off the ground by Daniels. Yes, it's a goal. He didn't mean to kick that one. It just tapped off his boot accidentally, and it went through for a goal.
Well, North Melbourne looking down the barrel a little bit at present, because that was another goal kicked by Collingwood's, or a goal kicked by Greg Daniels. Collingwood move away to a 7-point lead over North Melbourne. Jonas on the ground for North Melbourne now, an interchange. Collingwood 5-4-34, 4-3-27 the North Melbourne score, and the ball now back in the centre of the ground.
David Dwyer off and Peter Jonas on.
At the bounce, umpire Morrow about to put it down as we approach the 8-minute mark of the second term on Seven's big league from the MCG. Ball tapped down by Fellows, taken by Collins, who was wrong-footed by the look of that. Oh, Laws missed it. Picked up by Neville Shaw, going goalward. It's into the teeth of goal where Taylor flies high. He was over the line, though. The mark was taken over the line. One behind should be the result.
Bad luck to Taylor, because it was bad luck because he really did take a good mark there, and he was just stiff that it was over the line. It's 5-5 to 4-3. Collingwood in front. The ball has to come back to Peter Smith. I think Taylor will worry. If they can get it quickly down to Taylor, I think he'll worry Peter Smith, because he's a much bigger player and a lot stronger. Smith had beat him for pace, of course. If we see Passmore going to receive the short pass from Peter Smith on half-back flank. As Passmore's done a fair job so far on David Cloak, who's back in after injury. A floater up towards half-forward. Fellows dropped the mark, but he copped one in the back, I think. Yes, let's see if it is. Yeah, Big Wes, is it? Taking this one. Big Wes Fellows on half-forward. Has had a number of kicks so far. As he off he goes to the high ball, looking for Taylor. Smith from behind has it punched away. Is a chance for Neville Shaw. He runs into the open goal. He stabs. Oh boy!
Hit the post.
Bad luck to Collingwood. Bad luck. Hit the post. You can see it's still shaking there on screen. And the Magpies looking a bit better than North at the moment. 5-6 to North Melbourne 4-3.
Yes, a long way to go, but Collingwood do appear to be playing the better football. The kick is high. Law's there. Up over the back came Abernethy. And Abernethy, who's normally a good kick, should be able to land this ball right in the square. But Taylor's leading out. The kick is put in that direction. Taylor in front of Smith and takes the mark. Well, I didn't think Taylor could outpace Smith, but he did. Peter Smith was caught on the hop there. Taylor hasn't got a goal yet. He missed a very easy shot in the first term, which should have been a goal. But he missed that one, as I said, in going for his first goal.
Well, he's normally very good he missed a sitter in the first quarter, and he's normally very good from this distance, as we see.
Missed again.
He hooked that. Oh, it's close.
Is it? No, it's missed.
Oh, boy, a bad start to Brian Taylor. 2 kicks for 2 points. Barham has kicked 3, and
Ackley putting the ball into play now out toward McCann. McCann with the front berth, but Fellows did the spoiling. Atkins' hand pass comes back to Arceri. Arceri gathering pace, going through the wing position toward the half-forward zone. McDonald was out-positioned there by Morwood, and Morwood takes the mark on the half-back flank. Morwood of Collingwood going down toward the half-forward zone, where North seem to be paying the price for their lack of inches. Arceri with the ball, eventually got rid of it. Oh, there's a free kick against Cloak. You saw that in the left of screen. But now a chance here for North Melbourne.
Oh.
And the ball delivered very, very badly indeed.
That was Darren Steele, straight to gate for a shocking play, Steele. In fact, some of the kicking, you wonder whether they're league football or some of the kicking today, as we see Jamie Turner with a long, here's Law. Oh, he's collected Mark Williams. That's John Law, typical gutsy effort by Williams to get up. Jimmy Cracker over to Siri, the Phil Cracker. They've got loose men everywhere. North Melbourne as Schimmelbusch runs down the ground. He kicks high. Now Harris is there against Phillips. He flies from behind, but a good mark, a ripper mark to Greg Phillips right in the last line of defence under pressure. But boy, that is bad luck for Collingwood. Ricky Barham has kicked 3 goals and he is hobbled off the ground. Coming onto the ground for Collingwood is Matthew Ryan.
Well, the kick being delivered now down toward Tony Shaw, spoiled by Ackley. It's on the turf. Picked up here, North Melbourne in trouble because Collingwood are playing the better football. Cloak too tall, and Cloak takes the mark over past Moore, plays on quickly. That's Daniels and Collingwood going goalward. In he goes, and the umpire said it's a goal to Collingwood. So the Maggies going very well this afternoon at the MCG after Daniels kicks his second goal. It's Collingwood 6-7, 43. North Melbourne 4-3, 27 on 7's big lead.
Yes, and what a difference it makes to the Magpies. There's Greg Daniels on screen. He's kicked 2. He's a real goal sneak. But what a difference when Cloak can take a few marks at centre-half forward. And that's good news. He's got his hand heavily strapped. But Barham's off the ground for Collingwood, which is bad luck. He was their outstanding player. North have to do something, and quickly. They've got a lot of guys down, as we see the ball knocked by Jamie Turner straight to Jimmy Cracker. Cracker kicks wide. Here's a chance. It's dropped. Schimmelbusch over to Phil Cracker. He's got it on half-forward flank. He ducks around onto the left foot. He goes for the pass. It's a good-looking pass, a beautiful pass as usual from Phil Cracker. A series. He goes for a little short one. He finds Darren Steele about 25 metres to 30 metres from goal. Very slight angle, and this could be a goal coming up to North Melbourne, I would think, from that distance, Jack.
Collingwood 13 shots at goal for 6-7, 43. North Melbourne 4-3, 27, and we see the shot at goal coming now from the boot of Steele, who didn't use it too well only a few moments ago. This kick by Steele on its way. The players applaud the effort, and the umpire indicates a goal to North Melbourne. Steele kicks his first goal. North Melbourne 10 points behind Collingwood on 7's big lead.
Well, North Melbourne have a number of players not putting in enough. I'm not saying they're not trying, but they're just not doing enough for their side at the moment. Collingwood are leading them the ball. They're beating them in most departments. And I think luck's a fortune there. Jimmy Cracker waiting back, which was intelligent play. Eventually it ended up with Phil, and gee, he never wastes the ball. Phil Cracker when he gets it, and eventually they ended up with a goal.
And 13.5 minutes have gone in the second term on 7's big league from the MCG, and Collingwood still playing well as Morwood gets the ball out. It's been delivered down there by Abernethy on the left foot down toward the half-forward zone. Neville short of Fellows. Fellows loses possession. It's on the turf. Another chance for North Melbourne to get away from the half-back zone. The umpire said the ball will be bounced right at the half-forward zone for Collingwood, only about 55 metres out from their goal. 43 playing 33 with Collingwood leading. The time clock, 14 minutes gone, the second quarter.
There's Cloak to Collins. Over to Mullane. Mullane tries to hook it back. He's looking down there for Mark Williams. A gutsy effort by Mark Williams. He was really collected earlier, as we see Schimmelbusch pick it up. The umpire said that he was staging that one a bit, as we see Graham Allen thump it to the boundary line. He's the hero of the Collingwood. Well, someone lost their boot, as you can see on screen.
It wasn't a boot, it was a can.
It was a can, was it? Sorry, Jack, and some galah has thrown a can over the fence. Shouldn't be allowed into the ground, idiots like that, as we see McDonald beaten again. Lack of height, they miss out round the ruck area North Melbourne through that lack of height. It's kicked off the ground by Demetrio with Jimmy Cracker. Jimmy Cracker to Jonas, who came on the ground. Jonas knocks it onto Arceri. Arceri wide as he gets it to German. German unloaded as he kicks it. He kicks high and he's missed. And through for 1 point. So North move on to 5-4, trailing Collingwood 6-7.
Peter, you were talking about you doubted the fitness of Cloak earlier. Well, I doubt the fitness of a couple of North Melbourne players because German hasn't done a great deal. Demetrio has done absolutely nothing. And this fellow McDonald hasn't done much. We've just done something. Then he got a hand pass into McCann. McCann on the left foot. Not a good kick. Comes down to the half-forward zone, and off the rebounding kick comes back to Morwood. Looking for a hand pass. Gets it going to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw looking down toward the half-forward zone. And Cloak out in front of Passmore. Getting the front berth, taking the mark, playing on now to Morwood. Passmore goes in to try and spoil Cloak. Another hand pass out. Seeming to have plenty of time to get their hand passes working. That was a chance there for the little player of Collingwood in Ryan to get the hand pass away, but it's been taken here by the big fellow of North Melbourne in McCann, and a good mark to Smith on the members' ring. That was a great mark. Couldn't side the ball. He was running the same way as it, and eventually it found him. So Smith with the ball for Collingwood, going short. No one home for North Melbourne. Taken by Jamie Turner. Turner going into the full forward slot. Can he find Williams? Williams couldn't take the mark. Another chance for Collingwood to go forward.
Yes, that was Darren Collins trying to have a flying shot at the goals, but oh gee, they've had plenty of chances, Collingwood. They've had most of the play. They've had tons of opportunities. I don't reckon they've put enough on the board for the amount of play that they've had. There's Taylor pushing out. Play on, said the umpire. A flying shot at the goals. And it's a goal to the Magpies. A lovely goal kicked by Brian Taylor. I thought he shoved his opponent out. He's a bit lucky to get away with it, but it's on the board. It's a goal.
Well, the umpire must have thought it was a bit of an act because he didn't play any free kick. Collingwood 7-7-49, North Melbourne 5-4-34. You're on Sevens Big League from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The umpire down there was just looking at the replay on the screen here at North Melbourne, but I don't know what his thoughts were after seeing it. At the bounce now in the second term, Collingwood in front of North Melbourne. North Melbourne not playing well today, as we've said many times. Collingwood through Tony Shaw after receiving the hand pass, drives into the full forward zone, and a timely mark has been taken by Crocker. Crocker of North Melbourne looking for somewhere to go. There are not many people unattended out there, North Melbourne players that is. And up it comes the wing position where Big Fellows takes the mark at the back. Well, I said before that there's... could have been easily reversed. Tony Shaw got a left foot pass in toward the half-forward zone, but we'll see the ball over the boundary.
That's bad play by Tony Shaw. That is bad play to go to the boundary. When you've got the ball there, you must go towards centre-half forward and be direct. They got Cloak there, and they're wasting an opportunity. There's Marcus Siri on the left foot. Look at this, 3 against 1 again. Fellows misses that one. Morwood over the back. Collingwood not good. Oh, gee. Well, it's a free kick to Morwood. I don't know what for, as a matter of fact, but he's got it. Looking for Cloak. Cloak from behind. Over the back is McCann. He waited for that one. It's grabbed by Demetrio. Oh, in goes Passmore. He's a tough cookie as he gets it out there to McCann. McCann onto the left foot. North under enormous pressure. To wide. Punched away and straight over the line. Is it? No, it's still in play, said the umpire. Jimmy Cracker's there, and eventually it does go over the line. North not looking good. Collingwood looking a much better unit at the moment. 7-7-49 to North Melbourne 5-4-34.
18 and a half minutes the second term. You're watching Sevens Big League with the ball tapped up now to Daniels of Collingwood. Gets away from Steele and uses the ball to the half-forward zone, where the players set themselves on North Melbourne's 37 on this occasion, taking the mark, Michael Passmore. Passmore, half-back flank on the outer side, coming up towards the centre wing outer side. The ball delivered high. That's not where North want it, because they were outgunned today with height. It's been kicked down there by Jamie Turner to the half-forward zone, really into the pocket. Taken by David Ackley, the left foot kick coming back toward McCann. He can't take it though. Atkins gets it out to Arceri, who's done quite well. His hand pass is shocker, and he's given it straight to Daniels. Daniels of Collingwood comes in toward the full forward zone, and Smith took the mark and also got a whack for his corner. And Ross Smith will, I think, be given a 15-metre start. That's
if he can take it.
If he can get up and take it. It looked a fairly heavy knock, but I think he might be all right after a 15-metre start.
Jack, I hate to be facetious, but I don't know, some people reckon handball's ruining the game. Some of these guys have got no idea when to handball, and they handball poorly, as we see Schimmelbusch on the right foot. Who's he got to kick it to, as we see Phil Cracker, who was holding the man against Gaper, I think. Gaper reckons it's his kick, but it's going to Phil Cracker on half-forward flank. He was in front, that's why he got the kick.
North Melbourne falling down on their forward zone, or Cracker going into the half-forward flank, but nearly on the boundary line to find Schimmelbusch. See the shadow of the members stand there on the shot, and Schimmelbusch in that shadow. The kick is high. To be one for the Rovers. I don't think Harris can take this mark. You've got to get in front to be able to take a mark in front of Fellows. You can't outmark him from the back.
Well, I'll tell you
Fellows has taken 5 marks up there. I know Harris has been behind him on 3 occasions.
Well, he's playing a great game. There's Cracker beaten by that one by Gaper. Gaper ducks away as Fellows is playing a great game for Collingwood, as we see Tony Shaw to half-forward. And it's Mark Williams. On he goes towards Matthew Ryan. Ryan to Taylor. Beautiful snap pass. And that's good football. Beautiful forward play by Collingwood. Matthew Ryan, a magnificent left foot daisy cutter. Taylor had led beautifully from... Now, he's kicked poorly today. He's normally, as I said earlier, a good kick. He's kicked no goals. He's kicked 2 points, in fact, as he is... well, he's kicked 1 goal, I should say, as he goes for his second. And it comes round a slide hook. Was it in? No, he's missed again. 1 goal 3, or 1 goal 4, in fact, it is to Taylor, which is not a good effort up at full forward.
Now from the full back position, and North Melbourne has seen the ball down there a fair bit today, and a good mark taken by Turner. Jamie Turner might get 15-metre start here against German. No, the umpire didn't penalise Peter German.
I would have.
Well, you're not the umpire. Jamie Turner with the ball for Collingwood, going into the goal square. It's up high. Be one for the Rovers again. Oh, Crocker dropped the easy mark. North Melbourne not having the best of days. They can't do much right, and it's out of bounds in Collingwood's forward pocket.
Well, you reckon they're not having the best of days? I reckon they've got about 2 or 3 guys, North Melbourne, firing at the moment. The rest of them aren't getting a touch.
Well, North Melbourne trailing by 16 points to Collingwood in the second term. Williams gets a hand pass out to Tony Shaw. A right foot snap by Tony Shaw is down the middle, and another goal to Collingwood at the MCG on 7 big lead.
Yes, a great goal to little Tony Shaw. That's his first, and Collingwood are on fire at the moment. North are playing poorly, but that might be due to the good play of Collingwood, because they're teaming much better. They look as though they're more desperate than what North Melbourne are, and North have a number of players completely out of touch.
I think North need a 20% increase. At the set of bounce, Collingwood leading North Melbourne 56-34. Big Fellows playing well, got the tap down too. Missed Tony Shaw, taken by Passmore. He finds Schimmelbusch, and Schimmelbusch stood in the centre square, looking for somewhere to go for a hand pass. He eventually found McDonald. He hasn't found him yet, but he put the hand pass in that direction. McDonald near the boundary line gets bundled out of the way, and now we see the ball over the boundary line.
But why, can you please tell me, Jack, why did he hand pass when he's got a foot to kick the ball 60 metres towards full forward?
I don't know, it might be playing to instructions, Peter. I can't explain that one. Schimmelbusch could have kicked the ball toward goal, but elected to hand pass. There's a chance for, and a free kick too, North Melbourne player in Peter Jones.
That's right. That's a right decision by the umpire there.
It's gone the other way.
No, it's a right decision to Collingwood, because he bounced the ball and then was grabbed, so the umpire was dead set right there. As we see, it was a poor effort by Jonas, as we see Mark Williams. Now here's a chance for Taylor. And all over the back, it's Ackley coming in to lend a hand. He's got it for North Melbourne. He kicks wide. Tony Shaw there. Couldn't take the mark. And it's a push, said the umpire, is it? And the free kick's going further afield to North Melbourne. It's Peter German. He's one of the players that is down at the moment. One of Demetrio's down. They've got a number. Jimmy Cracker's not doing a lot. Phil Cracker's playing all right, but they have a number of players that have to lift their game.
Yeah, quite a few of them, Peter. I must agree with you. Demetrio can't pick it up. Passmore comes through the pack. A hand pass to get out of trouble. It's been punched on there by the Geelong player in Collingwood player in Burgess, but taken by Cracker. Gone for a short pass again into the forward pocket. Good defence on this occasion. No, Phillips got it out of the pack, but it's not going anywhere. Demetrio caught with the ball. Can't get rid of it. Smith comes in for Collingwood. Tried to tap it out of a pack, and it jams up, and the umpire will bounce. In the shadows of the members of the Melbourne Football Club there, the ball about to be put down as we approach the 24.5-minute mark of the second term, with North Melbourne on 34 points, Collingwood leading on 56. A chance for Schimmelbusch to put it goalward. It's up toward the square, but who can take the mark?
It's a good mark to Collingwood. It's taken there by Gafer. Gafer a hand pass to Phillips. The Collingwood defence doing well as Phillips goes wide to Graham Allen onto the left foot. A funny looking kick. It was a bad kick. Back it comes to Graham Allen. He boots it off the ground. He goes wide. The only one there is John Law. He gets the bounce of the ball. He's got it. And the little tough half-back flanker kicks it up. And who to? Fellows drops it. Oh, bad play, but it's a free kick. It's a free kick. Oh, lots of fortune there. Maybe the free was there, of course, but North had the run of the ball as Phillips gives it back to Fellows, who's had a great day in the ruck. He's having a birthday against these smaller North Melbourne players. As we see, where's Fellows? 15-metre penalty. Gee, they've got to get a bit more out of McCann and McDonald and these blokes, North Melbourne, as we see Fellows. There's McCann now. He takes the mark at centre half back. Now he wants to give a hand pass. That'll be 15 metres. We've been going 25.5 minutes into the second quarter, and Collingwood with a good lead. 3 goals, 4 in front. In fact, is Collingwood, as we see McCann from centre half back with a long driving kick. He's looking for McDonald. He ducks back. He didn't go for the ball. They've got to do something up forward, North, as we see Tony Shaw roving beautifully. Goes for the short one to Daniels in the centre of the ground. Daniels gives it to Gaper, and those young Collingwood players combining well there. Crocker. Oh, that was a good effort. Passmore hasn't let him down. He's trying hard to John Law. John Law kicks it out wide. Which way will it bounce? Atkins waited for the ball instead of attacking the ball. The hand pass from Matthew Ryan gets it back towards Daniels. Daniels wide, and eventually the ball is forced over the line and out of bounds on half-forward flank for the Magpies.
We're more than 1 minute into the time-on period of the second quarter now. North Melbourne on 34 points, Collingwood 56. North trailing by 22 points just prior to half-time. Atkins trying to get it out. Eventually does so now with a hand pass taken by German. He looks for a hand pass to Arsiri. Arsiri goes for a hand pass up the wing. No one wants to kick it. It's on the members on the outer wing where Daniels hooked it back, but a free kick has been awarded to Atkins at North Melbourne. From the wing position, he will eventually get a kick, but a very short one. He's found German. German looks for a hand pass. North Melbourne a hand pass happy, and that could be a North Melbourne free kick, not paid. North will lose possession of the ball. It's been hand passed back and taken by Allen. Allen going in toward the wing position on the outer side where the mark should have been played to Neville Shaw.
Yes, and that was absolutely, I mentioned it early in the quarter, that was disgraceful football by North Melbourne. A handball in when they had Phil Cracker back on his own in the goal square, and they just ignored him. There's Cloak taking a good mark. Cloak hooks it high. He's looking for Taylor. Taylor's got the set. Peter Smith punches it away. Mark Williams to Abernathy. Abernathy has it smothered, and Ross Smith punches it over the line. That could easily have been another goal there to Collingwood.
Well, North Melbourne not playing well, as Peter McKenna and I have told you this afternoon. They're messing around with little hand passes where kicks really should be the order of the day. Maybe they haven't any confidence in their teammates up forward who have been getting beaten rather regularly in the air. A chance now for Crocker. He couldn't pick it up. Little Arsiri's done well, but he loves a hand pass too. He kicked it that time up towards Steele. He's caught. His hand pass goes straight out, taken by Mullane. Mullane gets a little kick into the forward pocket, and Tony Shaw takes it and says thank you very much. So from the forward pocket, Tony Shaw, who kicked a great goal on the right foot before, going for this left foot goal.
Daniels is on his own. No.
It'll be one for the Rovers. I don't know whether he'll make it. He's got it off the side of the boot a bit. He's gone for Torp. It's up to the goal square. The umpire's whistle sounds. A North Melbourne free kick.
Push out.
The fellow was pushed out. Passmore gets a hand pass working. The umpire said he has to go back. It wasn't his free kick at all. The free kick will go to Peter Smith of North Melbourne, who gets a hand pass up to Ross Smith.
Yes, and there's Ross Smith. He's trying very, very hard. His fellows again. Harris punches it to the line, but gee, they need more than punches.
They're all stopped. They didn't even come meet that ball. It wasn't out of bounds, but they just thought it was going out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you what, I reckon Collingwood should be even further in front. The amount of play they've had. There's Harris against all big thump away too. Here's Shimmer. They really need him firing. Jonas cleverly knocks it back to McCann, and bad luck for North Melbourne. The siren sounds that Jimmy Cracker was heading towards goal. But a very good half there by Collingwood. They lead 8-8, 56 to North Melbourne 5-4, 34.
Sevens big league from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The game between North Melbourne and Collingwood. North Melbourne trailing Collingwood by 22 points and have not played well in the first half, which the scores indicate. But Collingwood really have put in today, and they're playing good football.
Yes, as Crocker's been moved to centre half forward. There's an interesting move. He looks for McCann. McCann at the back should mark this. He does. Oh, boy, I don't know about that push. I don't know about that one umpire saws, but I'm going to look with very, very close interest. There was a little nudge. Now, whether it deserved a free kick, well, Phillips has been given it in the last line of defence. There was a little nudge. Umpire deemed it was in the back, but nevertheless it has been paid. And there's Gafer charging after it. The first half of this game, we saw a very, very disciplined effort there by Collingwood, a gutsy effort. They teamed together. North had very, very few good players. Made a big difference to have Taylor and Cloak, someone to fire up forward. Tony Shaw's been in everything. Now here's David Dwyer, who didn't have a good half. He was taken off Ricky Barham and taken off the ground. Barham incidentally kicked 3 goals in the first quarter, was absolutely brilliant, and he looks as though he's broken down with leg troubles again.
Ball being put down on the half-forward flank for North Melbourne on the outer side of the ground. Fellows has dominated the ruck. Here's a chance now for Love of North Melbourne, and brought the ball back into play, where I thought it may have been over the boundary line. It's being fumbled around on that boundary line, but North Melbourne still can't get it forward. Tapped out of the pack now, and Abernethy's left foot kick comes up to the half-forward zone for Collingwood. Here's a chance now for Neville Shaw with a ball in front of him. Tackled by Laurie, breaks around nicely, gets it into the full-forward zone where Taylor has the front berth, but he surrendered it fairly easily, and Smith of North Melbourne takes the mark. Peter Smith brings the ball across the ground, looking into the half-back zone on the Melbourne members' side of the ground. That ball taken by Phil Cracker, given out toward Abernethy into Jim Cracker. Jim Cracker in the middle of the MCG, and the ball now about to be moved forward. It's been taken away by Atkins of North Melbourne. The lead's by McCann. The kick travels in that direction. He can't hold it on the turf, but it is again. McCann doesn't even know where it is. Phillips gets a hand pass out and taken away now by Collingwood.
Yes, that's Matthew Ryan going wide to half-forward. A good mark to Greg Daniels, who's kicked 2 goals. A lovely hand pass to Matthew Ryan on the left foot, looking for Taylor. Over the back, the only one waiting there is Michael Passmore. He gets it at full-back. He ducks around onto the right foot. He's looking for someone to kick it to. There's no one leading, and eventually he gets it out wide and he finds Darren Steele. But North Melbourne really do have to lift their game, particularly up forward where McCann... I don't know about McCann at full forward on Phillips. I reckon he should be in the ruck where he plays his best football as they bring it down towards centre wing. No mark to Fellows, or has it been paid? What is the umpire saying here? It is a mark to Wes Fellows, who is nearly best man on the ground at this stage. He's on centre wing. He goes for the long kick up towards half forward. Cloak from behind. He does all the shepherding. In goes Darren Steele. He crashes his way through the pack. He kicks it long. He's looking towards Jonas. Jonas, all badly beaten there by Burgess. Burgess beat over to Graham Allen, who's playing this game for nothing. He's on a contract of Collingwood worth absolutely nothing, as we see Greg Daniels go for the hand pass. David Dwyer. They've mucked around today, North Melbourne. There's Jimmy Cracker. A hand pass out wide, looking for no, it was Jonas. Jonas gets it to Love. Love gives it to Peter German. He runs to half forward. He fires at the goals. It comes back. And what is it? It's a goal to North Melbourne, and maybe they're on the way back. North Melbourne 6 goals forward. Trail Collingwood 8-8.
Well, North Melbourne had to get a goal quickly to keep themselves in the game. You see 16 points, still the deficit that North Melbourne are looking at. But a nice piece of work there by German to get that ball through for a goal after a fair amount of teamwork upfield. Back at the centre of the ground at North still 16 points down, Pete. I don't know about you, but they don't appear to me to be playing well. Atkins gets it out towards Jonas. He moves it to Crocker. Crocker should hand pass into Jim Cracker. He can hand pass over or have a shot at goal. He puts it on his boot, and North Melbourne are coming back hard in the third term on 7 big leads.
Yes, beautiful teamwork by North. We saw none of that in the field. 7-4 North Melbourne. Collingwood 8-8. We didn't see any of that sort of football in the first half. They were fiddling around with shocking passing.
Well, we saw a lot of hand passing, but it was all bad.
All to Collingwood. And now we've seen 2 brilliant passages of North Melbourne playing. That's the sort of form that they showed against Hawthorn on Friday night.
Well, 4.5 minutes only have gone in the third term. A very critical stage of the game, this third quarter, which you've heard me say many, many times. North have to come back. Oh, that bounce favours the ruckman Fellows for Collingwood. He picks up, got pushed in the back from line. The umpire calls play on. It's on the turf where players are going in after the ball held to him, and the umpire will bounce.
Well, they look a different side already, North. They look absolutely ferocious and fair dinkum. I reckon John Kennedy, Jack, has given them a real burst.
Oh, I think he'd have to, and I think they would realise they deserve the burst. Abernethy after the ball for Collingwood. Hand pass finds Burgess. The umpire said he threw it, and and free kick will go to North Melbourne. North Melbourne will take the free kick. Looks like Schimmelbusch calling for the ball on the centre wing position. Now the North Melbourne forwards have been fairly well covered by the Collingwood defenders. It's David Dwyer with the ball, not Schimmelbusch. Will take the free kick. McCann up high, didn't actually make contact. Chance for Mullane. Those very vivid boots of Mullane now. He drives the ball toward the wing position. Can North Melbourne players get there before the boundary umpire? It does. And Cracker picks up. Phil Cracker up to McCann. McCann underneath the ball. There's a free kick downfield, I think.
Stupid play by Mullane.
Mullane's given away a free kick. North Melbourne's free kick will be paid to, it looks like the big fella McCann will take the free kick dead in front of goal, only 20 metres out. And he will take this shot for North Melbourne, and North Melbourne should be only 4 points behind Collingwood if McCann can kick his second goal.
Well, that was completely undisciplined play by Mullane. I'd drag him off for that, because that could easily cost them a goal as he crashed Phil Cracker, whacked him across the head after he kicked it. He had the easy kick. Why do that? But McCann's right in front, 30 metres out. This will bring them within 4 points. If he kicks it, he stabs. And I think he's kicked it. Bad play, Collingwood, and North are only 4 points behind. 8-4 North Melbourne, Collingwood 8-8.
Well, a transformation, to use the word, is from a North Melbourne viewpoint. In the first term, North kicked 3-3, Collingwood kicked 4-2. In the second quarter, North Melbourne could not do a thing right. They weren't playing well. Collingwood kicked 4 goals 6, and North Melbourne kicked 2 goals 1, and North trailed by 22 points at half-time. But it's nearly 7 minutes have gone now, and the North Melbourne team has fought back to be within 4 points of Collingwood. So a great third quarter fight back.
A great move by John Kennedy to put Crocker at centre-half forward. That kid has got a ton of talent. I think he's wasted in defence. There's the kick out wide. Graham Allen can't get it. North Melbourne go in after it. Play on, said the umpire. It's kicked off the ground out wide. Now David Dwyer is there against Gaper. Gaper and Dwyer. Dwyer leads in the race for the ball. Gaper takes it to the line and over the line. But boy, what a transformation this game has taken off. Coming off the ground is Mullane, as I predicted. I said that he should have been taken off for that undisciplined play, and coming on is Ronnie McEwen. It's on half forward. It's kicked hurriedly down to half forwards to Schimmelbusch. Here's Shane Morwood. He runs to half back. He gives the hand pass across to Greg Smith. Smith brings it further afield to McEwen. Has he got it? Yes, he's got it half back flank. On goes Ronnie McEwen. He runs 2 bounces. Will he have another one? Yes. 3. A hand pass over the top to Turner. Oh, bad play to Phil Cracker. Phil Cracker to Ackley. That's bad play, Collingwood. Over to Atkins. Atkins sprints down the ground. He's going to go long. He's looking down there for Jonas. Jonas in front, takes the mark. 15 metres out from goal, and don't tell me North Melbourne are going to hit the front. We've only been playing 8 minutes into this third quarter, and that was a bad piece of play by Collingwood on centre wing.
But you must give all credit to Phil Cracker for intelligent football. He anticipated what was going to happen. It all came off the way he thought, and he put North back into attack. And now a chance for Jonas to put North in front, as Peter McKenna has told you. Jonas puts it through, so North Melbourne in the space of 8.5 minutes have picked up a 22-point deficit and now have put themselves 2 points in front of Collingwood on 7's big league.
Yes, 9-4 plays 8-8, 58 plays 56. Jack, I know I'm a Collingwood man, but I can't believe that in that amount of time that North Melbourne could be in front. And I think there's some great play by North Melbourne, but also some undisciplined play by Collingwood, and some poor play by Collingwood that has caused, as we see, the bounce of the ball. Up they go. Fellows grabs it out of the ruck. He's always lucky to get his boot to that one. Ackley overruns it. Passmore backed him up beautifully. On the right foot, he kicks it out wide. Schimmelbusch, if he's had a crook hamstring, well, not a bad effort by the captain. He's ridden into the ground. Oh, holding the ball, said the umpire. Well, it could have gone either way. I wouldn't argue with that one, as we see Gaper. Gaper on centre wing, goes for the short one. Up towards half forward. There's a mark taken by Mark Williams, who was unloaded in the second quarter. A hip and shoulder there by John Law. Here it is with the Magpies again. A hand pass out wide. Not a good one, but Neville Shaw's there. A beautiful tackle by Passmore. Back to Daniels for Collingwood. He goes the short one. Phil Cracker. Beautiful football, Phil Cracker. Magnificent football to Demetrio. Back it comes to Atkins. Atkins wide. He's looking for Love. Jason Love, the export Melbourne boy. He's got it. Oh, he's trying to be fancy, but he gets away with it. He runs to half forward. This is great play. Cracker! Jimmy Cracker, he's got it in forward pocket. He wanted to play on. Now he does. A short pass across. He finds the little fella in Arceri. I think has he missed or has he got it? He might have kicked it. He has. and North Melbourne go further in front. Great play, Jimmy Cracker. This is a great performance by North. 10-4, 64 to Collingwood, 8-8, 56.
Well, Jimmy Cracker was going to go into the goals, Peter, but then he realised the angle was too tight. He wanted to play on and keep going toward goal. He was wrong-footed, and then he saw Arsiri by himself. I thought he really went for McCann first, but Arsiri picked up the crumb and popped it through for another North Melbourne goal. 64 playing 56, the turnaround coming in the first 8.5 minutes of the third term.
And North are getting it out of the centre time and time again, Jack.
Well, let's see if they can do it this time. Fellows went up, no contact made. It's on the turf. North Melbourne rejuvenated after the half-time dressing down by John Kennedy, and the umpire said holding the ball in favour of North Melbourne. They've paid the advantage. Arsiri goes forward. It's on its way. I think it's just missed. Only one behind. So North Melbourne are peppering the goals in the third term. But Peter, you and I at half-time were discussing the fortunes of the first half, and we both said that North Melbourne didn't play well. They played poorly, but we didn't expect this.
No, well, put it this way. They had to improve. They couldn't have played as bad as what they did in the first half. I think you'd agree, Jack, as we see Abernathy on half-back flank. He's normally a great kick. Oh, a bit of interference there. Geez, that Passmore's a goer. Jackie hasn't got a lot of ability, but boy, does he try. There's Crocker being caught with the ball. Play on said, now, geez, they're going in. There's well done to John Law. John Law, high. Phillips, will he mark it? He does. He's cool under pressure, Greg Phillips. Breaks away onto the left foot. He kicks it wide, but Jimmy Cracker might punch this. No, he doesn't. The mark was taken by Burgess. Over there to Abernathy. Abernathy to Mullane, who's back on the ground. Mullane, who'll give the hand pass to Mark Williams. Williams, oh, he could be caught. Yes! A good tackle there by Ackley. Out wide to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw, the little short one. It's over the back of the back. Steele crashes his way through the pack, Darren Steele. Kicks it wide, right out towards centre wing. It's North Melbourne. Let's see what he does with it. It's Jason Love over to Jimmy Cracker. Here's danger for Collingwood, because Cracker can run wherever he likes. He kicks it long. Up goes Jonas. He flies. He's marked. No, said the umpire. Here's Arsiri to Crocker. Crocker with a hand pass to Phil Cracker. Into the open goal. It's a goal to North, and North Melbourne are on fire.
My word, what a change around you're watching on Seven's Big League, the third term of the game at the Melbourne Cricket Ground between Collingwood and North Melbourne, where Collingwood looked to have a winning break in the first half, not because it was 22 points, but the way that North Melbourne were playing as compared to Collingwood. They didn't seem to be in the event, but now at the 13-minute mark of the third term, North Melbourne have gone to 11-5, 71, which is they have now kicked 6 goals, 1 in 13 minutes of football against Collingwood.
Well, I think you can put that was kicked by Phil Cracker, put that goal down to Darren Steele, because in the back line he attacked that ball ferociously and he set up the goal. They're still going, North Melbourne, and they've been fantastic around the centre bounce.
Peter,
I reckon Kennedy's given them a real serve.
Mate, what North are doing in this third term is something they didn't do in the first half. They didn't go in hard after the ball. They weren't tackling hard, and now they are really attacking that piece of leather, and they're getting themselves in front, and that's the reason that they're scoring so well in the third term, and that was an indication of it. Passmore, backing his judgment, came out to meet the ball. This has been now delivered over to Jason Love, who put it down. I think he bounced it, so should be holding the ball. The umpire's called play on. Collingwood in attack now from the half-forward zone. Passmore up to meet it, can't take the mark. It's been picked up by Collins of Collingwood. Going into the forward pocket, he's looking for a teammate, can't find one yet. It's been run through for one behind the North Melbourne defence, forcing it through for one behind. So Collingwood now move on to 8 goals, 9, 57. North Melbourne leading 11-5, 71. You're on Seven's Big League.
There's a little short pass, but the goal umpire hadn't finished waving the flag. Good play by Darren Steele there, Jack, under pressure to force that through for a behind. And as I said, he was responsible for that goal just earlier when that brilliant passage of play. It was all because he attacked the ball instead of waiting for it. Out wide it comes. There's Jimmy Cracker and John Law over the back. He's a tough boy as he charges through, still knocking it on against Mullane. Mullane keeps it in and then threw it over the line.
Lucky wasn't caught.
There was about 3 players in front of the umpire. He couldn't see that. He just threw it straight over the line.
No, our viewers saw that quite clearly, but the umpire couldn't. He was unsighted. At the wing position, the boundary throw in. The ball comes down toward German. Didn't have a good first half. Picked up by Ackley. Little kick comes up toward Love. Can't take the mark. It's from in the hands of those players. The umpire indicates another boundary throw in. I did say before, North Melbourne have added 6 goals, 1 for this third quarter term. Collingwood have added only one behind.
That's a brilliant burst of football by North. You wouldn't see better football anywhere. Look at that, Jimmy Cracker. Geez, those reflexes are unbelievable, but he couldn't get away with it because Darren Mullane receives from Shane Morwood. Up towards the half-forward line, the mark has been taken for North Melbourne there by Donald McDonald. He wants to give it to Phil Cracker. Here he does. Now, Phil gets around on the left foot. He never wastes the ball as he...
in his eyes,
he must have lost it. He must have lost it in the sun because that might cost him a goal, though, as it comes up towards Taylor. Taylor against Peter Smith. Taylor judged that beautifully. He drops the ball. Play on, said the umpire. In they go after it. And, gee, that was bad luck to North because Phil Cracker was a beautiful pass, as a matter of fact.
The sun had to get in the eyes of Shimmerbush there because he just couldn't see it. He put his hands up to shield him from the sun, but the ball had gone then. But now it's in Collingwood's half-forward flank where you're watching the action on Sevens Big League. Collingwood only 1 point so far in his third term. North Melbourne 8 points. North now about to take it away through Law, doing well for North Melbourne. Up to Crocker, who sets himself cloak over the back, can't take the mark. Jonas can't get it out. Crocker can't pick it up either. Gaper's tackled, but the umpire said Collingwood's free kick and Ronnie McEwen will take it. He's looking toward the half-forward zone where players are calling for it. Now we can see Taylor, who's a long way out from goal, leading toward the ball. I think that we're spoilt. The ball will come to Turp. A chance for Daniels. Can't pick up. And he can't get it out yet. There's a chance now for Mullane.
We bounced it.
He bounced it, but he wasn't tackled properly. A short pass finds Williams, and Williams now looking into the open goal square where Big Fellows is taking up residence now. I think he's waiting for him to get back into the goal square, but didn't Taylor come a long way downfield, Pete?
He certainly did. Now, I wonder if he can kick a torp. He's going for it. I think he went for a torp. Was he going to... No, he's going to drop punt this time. Gee, it's not a bad-looking kick. That is a beautiful kick by Mark Williams. Lovely drop punt. I didn't think he'd probably make the distance from there, but then I've been wrong twice today with Mark. 9-9-63 Collingwood. They're back in it. North Melbourne 11-5-71.
Yes, Mark Williams kicking his second goal. His second good goal, too. The first one was a gem, a torpedo punt, which he let go from nearly up on the centre square. That one a drop punt kick, and 2 goals down to Mark Williams out of the Collingwood total of 9-9. It's North Melbourne on 11-5, leading Collingwood. 71 playing 63. Only 8 points in it. North Melbourne's run in the third term has stopped somewhat. He's trying to come again now. Arsiri coming through, getting the ball moving toward the goal square. It's close, but no, it's drifting away now, only 1 behind. Arsiri tried to kick that goal from a long way out, but wasn't quite successful enough.
Yes, well, he's had a number of possessions today, little Mark. He's been one of their better players. Has given a few very bad hand passes, but gee, he bores in and he tries very hard. He's only a little fellow.
Taylor's at centre half forward.
Yes, well, that's an interesting move as we see Schimmelbusch go in. Ah, there he is. He's caught in the back. Could have been a free kick. Play on, said the umpire. In they go after it at half forward for North Melbourne. Here's a chance for Phil Cracker. He's got it. Oh, beautiful hand pass to Jason Love. He knocked it on, was held. He punched the ball, umpire.
Well, that's what he's trying to tell him.
He hand passed.
But he had his back to the umpire. Maybe the umpire hasn't seen it, but Mullane will take the mark.
Bad umpiring, Jack.
Right. Little short pass comes up, and Burgess of Collingwood has taken the mark on the wing position, looking for a hand pass, which seems to be the pattern these days. Collins being hotly pressed by Crocker. He's trying to give it back to Burgess. Gee, I think one kick would have made a lot of difference there. Hand pass now from Crocker over to Demetriou. Up to the half-forward zone. Cracker in front can't take the mark. It's on the turf. Oh, his recovery was fantastic, Jimmy Cracker. Phil Cracker lets go a hand pass now to German, who shoots it in toward Arsiri again. Arsiri into McCann should be the play. McCann in the goal square, can hand pass if he wants. He's going to go back and take the shot.
Should he have played on, Jack?
I thought he should have given it over to Jason Love, but maybe he thought that Love could have been covered. So it's McCann going for his third goal now and trying to increase North's lead, which is now 9 points over Collingwood, trying to make it 15. McCann's third goal coming up, is it, or is it not? The crowd answered me, yes, they said. Another goal to Stephen McCann. North Melbourne 12-6-78. Collingwood 9-9-63 on Sevens Big League.
Well, this has been champagne football. I'm only marvelling at the standard of the play by North Melbourne.
Third quarter.
There's nothing. Third quarter. Their first half was disgraceful, as we've said. I reckon John Kennedy has really given them a burst at half-time. They've come out, they've attacked the ball, they're teaming well, they're going for the long kick down towards the forward line. Their handball has been 100% improvement, and I marvel at the skills of Phil Cracker. He never wastes that ball every time he grabs it.
I thought there was great recovery there by the Cracker boys there to get that ball out, and that's what actually got North that goal. Back at the centre bounce. No one can make contact. Williams' hand pass is quite good to Cloak, who gave it out. Looked like Jamie Turner going forward. Big Fellows has been placed at full forward. The ball tapped to turf. Oh, good play by Steele of North Melbourne. I think he might run this out. Oops, dangerous play. He's brought it back into play. A chance for Atkins. He let his teammate Ackley go. Ackley's hand pass has come up to Phil Cracker. Phil Cracker shoots it out again. And North Melbourne teaming well, as Peter McKenna told you. Schimmelbusch. Another hand pass should come now. It's come from German over to Arsiri. He's a busy little body. He goes into the forward pocket and he found Crocker. North Melbourne playing much better football in the third term, as Peter McKenna has told you. Crocker being called for the ball. It's up toward North Melbourne's goal square, but no one home for North, and Phillips comes strolling through to take an easy mark.
North. It was a weak effort by two North Melbourne players there. Didn't even attack the ball. Unbelievable up at the full forward area, as we see. I think they might have waited for each other, Jason Love and Steve McCann. They just stood there and let Phillips take an easy mark uncontested.
Possibly no talk?
No, yes, that's probably it. As we see, Fellows is full forward, Taylor is centre-half forward, and Cloak is in the ruck. So they're worried. Collingwood, as Jimmy Cracker gets it out there to David Dwyer. He kicks it wide to Crocker. Boy, has he made a difference. He's missed a sitter, though. It's in the forward pocket as North. I can't believe the rejuvenation in North Melbourne and the change that has come over this game.
Yes, well, Crocker should have taken that mark, Pete. Took it a bit casually, I thought. Thought he had it and then spilled his lollies.
Hasn't he?
Yes, he has done well. I think he's got a bright future, but you should hold those marks. The ball tapped down. It's in the forward pocket. Jason Love coming after it. Couldn't pick it up, and North Melbourne will see the ball thrown in their forward pocket, and the Collingwood defence will try and get it away from there. 78 playing 63. North Melbourne leading Sevens big league, nearly 22 minutes into the third term.
Well, little Siri was there. It's grabbed by Abernathy playing against his former club, John Law. Let's see what he can do. He was too strong. Oh, gee, there's McDonald, punches it away to Mark Williams, though. There's Matthew Ryan, caught with the ball. Back it comes to Abernathy. Oh, they're under enormous pressure, Collingwood. That's why they're playing scrappy football. Out wide to Taylor from Tony Shaw. He's off. Oh, gee, I thought he was off. No, said the umpire. You're letting him go now, Brian Taylor. He goes for the short one towards half forward, and Jamie Turner has taken the mark. Now, he is within kicking distance. He's about 45 metres out from goal directly in front. He hasn't scored a goal today, and boy, do they need this one.
Well, every chance to kick a goal, as Peter McKenna told you, was Jamie Turner. Looks fairly quietly confident, just looking at him.
Son of former Collingwood champ on the wing, of course, Kenny Turner.
Yes, that's right, Ken Turner. It's Jamie Turner, though, at present going for the shot at goal, which is off target. It come to ground. It's in Collingwood's goal square. Can they get it through? They're desperately trying to, but North Melbourne's defence is good. It's been shot out there by the North Melbourne player in Smith, or was it Steele? Bought it out. Here's a chance for Collingwood's Williams. A hand pass can come in handy here. Now he's balked a few. Got a left foot pass working up toward the half-forward zone, and Morwood has taken the mark. Well, here's a good kick, Morwood.
I wonder if he's been moved to the forward line. He's taken this mark at centre-half forward. Well, gee, it's crowded down there. McDonald's gone back to give Peter Smith a hand. That's a good play by McDonald, because Taylor's down there, and Fellows punched through for a point against Wes Fellows. They had to give him a rest, I suppose, because he rucked beautifully in the first half. Probably nearly best man on the ground, Wes Fellows, in the first half.
Smith gone short from the full-back position out to Demetriou. He's looking for a hand pass now. North Melbourne through Steele, bringing the ball down to the outer wing, looking for David Dwyer. The ball pumped away from him. Good backing up, though, by Atkins. Atkins' pace should win out. He's carried the ball from the centre into the goal square now. The kick is going to be delivered, looking for Cracker. He's up, he's got it! He's got it right on the end of the goal square. So that was a good piece of work by little Atkins. He busted pace and drove him toward Jimmy Cracker, and he's going to take this shot at goal from only 15 metres out.
Jack, I think I said earlier, or in the first half, what amazing marks they are for overhead for two little blokes. Phil and Jimmy Cracker, they've got tremendous overhead. That was a top mark. What great acceleration there by Atkins, as we see Jimmy Cracker going for goal number 2. He stabs, and it's another one on the board to North, and North move further ahead. They've moved on to 13 goals, 6, a total of 84. The Collingwood 9-10, a total of 64.
Well, a good third quarter for North Melbourne, as you've witnessed. We're nearly 25 minutes into the term now. North Melbourne for the quarter have kicked 8 goals, 2. Collingwood have added 1 goal, 2. So that's the difference in this third quarter, Pete.
Graham Atkins, Jack, has had 6 kicks in this quarter, and what a difference his acceleration makes.
See, he was a good rover a couple of years ago. He had the makings of a good rover until he got hurt, and he had a long time out of football, but he's come back, and it's good to see that he hasn't lost much of his pace. He's certainly quick, and we all know what asset pace is out there, Pete. Arceri doing very well for North Melbourne. He'll be looking for big McCann. No, he's not going toward McCann. He's going to the forward pocket looking for Schimmelbusch. There's a chance now for Gaffer. Schimmelbusch first there, getting the ball out of bounds, and we'll see the ball thrown in North Melbourne's forward pocket.
I think Collingwood went to sleep at half-time, Jack.
Do you think they thought they had it won, Pete?
I reckon something must have happened because, well, let's give credit to North Melbourne. They've put on a faultless display. There's a big knockaway. As we said, their display in the first half was absolutely disgraceful, North Melbourne. Maybe that was why Collingwood looked good, that North was so poor, because they've come out and they've played champagne football and they've attacked the ball. The handball's been slick. They've used the ball beautifully. Steele is playing beautifully down in defence, and Atkins has lifted his game. They've all lifted their game since the first half.
Yeah, Pete, I did say, though, about the first half, you can only play as well as your opponents will permit you, and North allowed Collingwood to play good football in the first half. But now see North in the third term haven't allowed Collingwood to play football at all.
Well, here's Morwood coming away from defence. He kicks wide. They're under pressure all the time, Collingwood. There's too much pace. Neville Shaw with the bounce favours Jamie Turner. Up high goes Ackley. He lost it in the sun too, but he's got blokes everywhere lending a hand there, as Atkins will receive this one. Not very often he gets caught. It's over to Law. Law kicks a high one. Now Phil Cracker against Mullane. Over the back is Phil Cracker. He receives from Ackley. Now let's see what he does here. He can't keep that one in. It's the first time I think I've ever seen Phil Cracker fumble.
Well, he was trying to get away from the boundary line, Pete, but the boundary line was too close. So the boundary line, as you see, with the umpire standing on it, and he's going to bring the ball back into the play where Cloak tried to get it out. Mullane's hand pass comes out. It's been taken by the young Collingwood player in Ryan. Matthew Ryan kicking in toward the half-forward zone. Tony Shaw went for a hand pass, which was intercepted, and that was poor football. Good defence by North Melbourne there. Poor football by Collingwood.
Great play by Donald McDonald there. Tony Shaw, normally a very good handballer, and gets away with it. He's not happy with himself there, as you can see on screen.
Oh,
but
McDonald anticipated it.
He did. He read that beautifully, because he probably knows Tony Shaw's game, that he loves to play on because he doesn't kick far himself. And here's the umpire about to bounce it almost on centre wing, slightly towards Collingwood's half-forward line.
We're getting toward the 28-minute mark of the third term. North Melbourne have gone from 22 points down to be 20 points in front of Collingwood as we're getting close to the end of the third term. Shovelled out of the back of the pack. Collins got a little kick off the ground to Taylor. It nearly came off his boot. Not quite. It just bounced over the boundary line, and Taylor, who had 3 shots for goal in the first term and didn't get any of them, which weren't really difficult shots for a full forward, but he's now out at centre half forward. He's doing the ruck work on this occasion. Ball thumped down, taken out by Phil Cracker. He's looking for somewhere to go. He's given it to John Law, who brings it back into the half-forward zone. Jonas and Morwood will fly. Neither take the markers from their hands over the boundary line. We'll see a boundary throw in on North Melbourne's half-forward flank as the time clock approaches the 28.5-minute mark of the third term.
Well, Phil Cracker has been a real thorn in the side of Collingwood all day. Every time he's touched the ball, it's gone to North Melbourne's advantage with the handball or beautiful kicking. As we see it back towards the half-forward line, punched away by Schimmelbusch. He's had he's doing his normal gutsy things, Schimmelbusch, but I reckon he's just protecting that hamstring a little bit. He's not running flat out most of the time. No, well, that's understandable.
He's prone to injury now, but he does well to get out there and do the things that he can do. The ball thumped down. Law again played very well for North Melbourne. Up toward Jonas, who will come over the top. Now he tried to get into the act but couldn't. Schimmelbusch had the ball knocked away by Gaffer, and it's over the boundary line. So North Melbourne still with the ball on their half-forward flank, still leading by 20 points over Collingwood, and we're gone past the 29-minute mark of the third term. Just about a throw out. Got past Cracker on that occasion, picked up by Burgess, who's ridden into the ground, and the umpire said holding the ball.
Yes, he had plenty of time to get rid of it then, Tony Burgess. Jason Love put a beautiful tackle on him. Now, they've got a loose man here in the forward pocket in Jonas.
No, Love should go into the goal square and hope that McCann can take the mark, or one of the Cracker Rovers can pick up the crump. So we'll see what happens. McCann's let out. He shouldn't lead out. He should get behind the goal line and lead into the kick as it comes in. There's the kick from Love. Going to come to ground, I think. Now, into the hands of Phillips. A good mark. He didn't know whether he played that mark or not. He wasn't too sure what happened there. And it is through 4-1 behind, I think.
The umpire didn't pay the mark, so Phillips just walked back into the points. He realised that it hasn't been paid, and I think it was touched beforehand, and he just walked through for a point. That's what sort of pressure they're under at the moment, Jack. It's 85 plays 64 as we see North Melbourne in front over the back. Here's Laurie. He'll probably give it to Phil Cracker here. Cracker, grabbed off the ball. Would have been a free kick, but there's the siren to end a magnificent quarter of football by North Melbourne. Champagne stuff. 13-7, 85 to Collingwood 9-10, 64.
On Seven's Big League, we welcome you to the Melbourne Cricket Ground where North Melbourne and Collingwood are competing. And in the third term, North Melbourne turned on a great performance in which they kicked 8-3 to Collingwood's 1-2. North Melbourne went from 22 points down at half-time to lead by 21 points as we start the final quarter. It was a complete turnaround by the North Melbourne side that was completely outplayed in the first half.
There's McCann, Steve McCann, down towards half-forward. It's punched away by Gafer. And Gafer puts it over the line and out of bounds. Collingwood in all sorts of trouble here at the beginning of this final quarter at the MCG. There's Peter German. Every North Melbourne player lifted his game in the third quarter. Atkins was outstanding. Johnny Law has been brilliant across the half-back line as usual, as we see Abernathy playing against his old club onto the left foot. Back it comes to Passmore, and I'll tell you what, he played a great third quarter too. He got right on top of David Cloak. Admittedly, Cloak at one stage was moved into the ruck as Passmore brings it up towards Jonas. Can't take the mark. Over the back of the pack is McEwen. McEwen wide. This is to Abernathy. He's normally a great kick. He kicks it long. They need someone to take a mark, but Darren Steele could have marked that one. Now it's over there to the player I mentioned in Michael Passmore. He kicks a high one. Up towards half-forward. Up they go. No mark. Two Collingwood players spoiled each other there. It's knocked on wide. It's grabbed by Greg Smith. He kicks it wide. He's found Greg Daniels. He's against little Steele there, and that could be 15 metres, is it? Yes, said the umpire. Loose man there in Matthew Ryan. Daniels ignores him. He's going to go for the long shot at goal.
Well, from a distance of about 45 to 50 metres, Daniels, I don't know his kicking ability, but it'll take a good kick. The breeze, it does appear to be favouring him. The kick won't make it. It's going to drop within the square. They all fly high. McCann spoils the packet from the boot of Neville Shaw. It comes toward the boundary line. He's over the boundary line now. The umpire didn't say he was out, but I thought he was, and actually takes the mark and plays on. Siri playing well for North Melbourne. Gets the ball moving. It's been taken by Phil Cracker.
Unbelievable.
He's still on the half-back line, though, so North have a long way to go before they look like getting any score at all. North Melbourne leading Collingwood by 21 points, the same as when the quarter started, and we've been going just over 2 minutes. Now the ball is out there on the outer side of the ground. It's going to be kicked in by Graham Atkins up toward the half-forward zone. Jonas had the ball in his hands, couldn't hold the mark. It's on the turf. Arsiri chips in again. Could have been a free kick to Tony Shaw. The umpire said in the back. And Tony Shaw on centre wing will take the free kick for Collingwood.
He wants to handball it, Jack, but he eventually had no one to give it to, so off he goes, Tony Shaw. He kicks it wide, looking for Jamie Turner. Nearly a mark to Demetrio. He was actually grabbed. I would have paid either the mark or the free kick there, because he had it and was grabbed by the arms.
He's penalised the side. David Dwyer was going to play on. He's pulled the ball back. But anyhow, the ball's been delivered now up to Schimmelbusch. He's looking for someone up on the half-forward zone. Darren Crocker was the one who was calling for it. He's now at Crocker being held to by an opponent in McEwen. Crocker sets himself in front, but a good mark taken by big fellows over the back of the pack.
Well, he played Jack, I think you'd agree, played an outstanding first half, and drifted out in the third quarter because he was placed at full forward. He was out of the game. North did all the attacking. Right,
he's kicked it now up to Law. Lost that one in the sun. It's Cloak. Neville Shaw getting the hand pass to Tony Shaw. Her hand pass is on again, and it's through Burgess. The ball has been delivered down to the full forward zone, but a good mark in defence once again. Was that Steele or Smith?
Yeah, Steele it was. He's played a great game since there's a mark there to David Dwyer. He was taken off early. Barham took him apart early. Barham, bad luck for Collingwood, has got another leg injury. He kicked 3 great goals early in the game. Here's Schimmelbusch. When the last quarter is on, you'll always find Schimmer playing well. Over to McCann. McCann was going to give it to Arsiri. McCann alternating between full forward and the ruck today as he's on now on centre wing. He goes for the long kick up towards the pocket. Who can take the mark? Up they go. No mark to either player there as they went for Jimmy Cracker. Was at the bottom of the pack waiting for that ball, but it didn't come out.
I noticed Jason Love there trying to hook the ball out, but couldn't do so. And I also noticed too that on 2 occasions now when the ball's about to be delivered forward that Rod McEwen's been hanging on to Crocker, but the umpire hasn't caught him as yet. picked up here by Schimmelbusch, or took the hand pass from Germany, drives long up to the goal square. Rovers needed around here. No, a good mark should be paid there. That's Ron McEwen I was just speaking of, and a good mark. And I can't see why anyone can go crook at that, Pete.
Yes, I think Crocker, I think Ronnie McEwen had that one. It was good umpiring, and Crocker dragged it out of his hands, and young Darren Crocker wasn't too happy, but still the umpire was right onto that one. As we see Wes Fellows back on the ball as he brings it towards centre wing. Mark Williams sets himself, the only one who actually went for the mark, and he takes it, he breaks off. Nothing exciting happening at the moment, but here's a chance for Collingwood as Collins marks in the centre of the ground.
Well, Taylor calling for the ball down there, but Collins has kicked right into the forward pocket. It's a wild, a blind kick just about, running in toward the forward pocket now, Jamie Turner. Very poor delivery, Peter. Could you agree with that type of play?
I think, wouldn't you think, Jack, you mark it in the centre, you go straight for home. Jamie Turner, Collins, in fact, has been taken off the ground as we speak, and he will be replaced by Graham Allen, who we mentioned earlier is playing football now for the Collingwood Football Club for nothing. There's Atkins knocking onto German. Two young players combined. Oh, brilliant. There's Cracker, Phil Cracker. Let's see what he does. Oh, he played on, couldn't get the run of the football. There's Gafer, caught, Cracker again. Brilliant skills, Phil Cracker. Knocked on, oh, straight to Jimmy Cracker. Here he goes as he sprints down, he's nearly caught, gets in the kick, and this will be a mark. Ah, sitter, too easy. McDonald dropped the sitter, should have marked it. That was a shocking miss by Donald McDonald. Away comes Burgess, kicks it out wide to Mullane, and that should have been a goal to North Melbourne. To Tony Shaw, that might even cost him a goal eventually. You don't know as we see it come wide. This bloke has been outstanding, John Law. Keeps it in play. No, he didn't. That was out and over the line. But what? That is the easiest mark you would ever see.
He tried to make it look spectacular. All it was a straight chest mark. It wasn't the play of a professional football. Ball about to be thrown in on the half-forward flank for Collingwood now. The umpire retrieves it. So Johnny Law, you said, Peter, has played very well.
Oh, outstanding.
Great player.
Gee, when he looks at the ball, he runs straight at the ball. It doesn't matter who's in the way, he just keeps going.
Going to be replacement for North Melbourne. I see Smith about to come on, Ross Smith about to come on. Let's get back to the game as the ball's tapped down, taken by Tony Shaw, kicked into the forward pocket, but once again, Johnny Law.
Oh, great game to Law. Now here's Jimmy Cracker, knocks it on over the top. Here's a chance for North Melbourne as Crocker over to David Dwyer. This could be a goal to North Melbourne as he lines up the goals. Bang, it goes. There's another one to the North Melbourne, and they are playing great football. 14-7 North Melbourne, a total of 91. Lead Collingwood 9-10-64.
You're on Sevens Big League from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The official attendance being this afternoon 29,842. I must admit it looks a lot more than that to me, but that's what it says on the scoreboard, so we have to take that as being right. The ball back in the centre of the MCG now with the umpires Jeff Morrow and Rowan Saws. Umpire Morrow giving North Melbourne a free kick. Collingwood evidently too many players in the square, and McCann can drive in long. He's kicked it up high, giving McDonald a chance to get in front and take a mark. It's up, can't take the mark though. It's been thumped away from him. There's a chance now for the North Melbourne forwards to pick up, but it's rough and tumble down there, and we'll see a bounce taking place about 40 metres out from North Melbourne's goal. North Melbourne's great third term has put them into the position in which they now sit. 14-7, good kicking for goal to 9-10. 91 playing 64 in North Melbourne's favour.
Yes, centre half forward for North, and I think it'll be a good night, Collingwood, if North score the next goal. There's Ross Smith bringing it up towards half forward where the mark has been taken by Graham Allen. Allen out wide to Greg Smith, who gave away an amazing incident in the first quarter here today. They got 2 goals with the one incident, North Melbourne. Greg Smith had his number taken, I feel. There's a mark to McCann. McCann at centre half back, plays on over to Dwyer. David Dwyer's lifted his game enormously. Kicks wide. There's 2 there. Jonas and Phil Cracker. He'll probably give it to Phil. No, he doesn't. He is wide. No, he's going to go for the long kick. Oh, he dodges around. Now he might eventually give it. No, he goes for the long kick eventually up towards Crocker. He flies and marks. 20 metres out from goal, and this kid is going to be a ripper player.
Yeah, Darren Crocker hasn't kicked any goals so far in today's game, but he's going to take this shot at goal from only about 25 to 30 metres out. Tall, rangy lad. You can see him there on screen. Crocker will head over the ball. Normally kicks well too. So we'll see what he does. I think it's a goal. Yes, the umpire indicates North Melbourne's 15th goal, kicked by Darren Crocker. North Melbourne 15-7-97, Collingwood 9-10-64 on 7's big lead.
Yes, and this is a very ordinary performance from Collingwood after half-time. North Melbourne's football has been magnificent, but
it's a game played in halves. Collingwood's first half.
Yes, Collingwood's first half, yes, but I think you and I both agreed that Collingwood were playing well on North Melbourne's mistakes, because North were absolutely shocking in the first half of this game. They hardly had a good player. Now they've got stars everywhere as the bounce of the ball goes up McCann. I like McCann playing in the ruck. I reckon that's his best place. Here's Dwyer. Here he goes for goal number 2. Can he kick it up the side of the boot? And out of bounds. So this throw-in will take place right near the behind post, with the scoreboard showing North Melbourne 15-7-97, leading Collingwood 9-10-64.
We're exactly 10 minutes into the final term on 7's big lead. David Dwyer on screen after missing that goal. I thought he may have kicked it, but evidently got himself unbalanced, and when taking the kick, McDonald tried for the knockdown, couldn't do anything with it. It's been kicked very high. Who's under this one? Peter German. Now, Peter German of North Melbourne would be about 45 to 50 metres out. I don't know, Pete, whether he could make this distance.
Be a good kick from there, Jack, wouldn't it?
Yes, although we've seen Williams kick 2 beautiful goals today.
He certainly did.
For Collingwood. Peter German has kicked 1, but can he kick the second one? No, it's going to hold up.
Phillips takes front position. Oh, gee, was nearly beaten by that one. Here's a chance for Crocker. He gets it out wide to Phil Cracker. He picks it up. He snaps. It's another one to North Melbourne. Brilliant play, Crocker, and a great kick by Phil Cracker for his second.
Yes, Darren Crocker gets a lot of credit for that goal there for North Melbourne. He got the ball, and I think he could see Cracker out there. He let the hand pass go, and he popped it through. He did his job, and North Melbourne get another one. So from the half-time break, when North Melbourne were 5 goals 4, they have now kicked 16 goals 7. That's 11 goals 3 they've kicked, and Collingwood have gone from 8-8, and they're only 9-10 now, Peter, so they've stagnated.
It's been a very, very ordinary half of football by Collingwood. I think Bob Rose and Lee Matthews have been absolutely nonplussed as they look so good early. Collingwood, there's Atkins, he's got a ton of pace onto the left foot. Now, Phil Cracker, he's all over the place. He's brilliant, this fella, as he runs around onto the left foot. Stab pass up to Jonas, as usual, hits a man on the chest. He very rarely makes a mistake, Phil Cracker. There's a little short pass, a dangerous one, but it comes off to German. German on the left foot, brings it high up towards full forward. Up they go. No mark over the back. Little Arsieri was there. Grabbed by Gaffer. Gaffer with a hurry kick, brings it back towards the centre of the ground. The bounce favours Collingwood. Oh, Jamie Turner should have grabbed it. Back it comes to McCann. They can't do a thing right. Collingwood is Demetrios. He's got loose men everywhere. David Dwyer says thank you very much.
Well, we wouldn't know this was the same North Melbourne team that played the first half of the game here. They've played so well since half-time. German's hand pass into the forward pocket was meant for Arsieri. McDonald chipped in, couldn't handle it. Now it's over the boundary line, off the boot of Fellows, but not on the full. So we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place in North Melbourne's forward pocket. North Melbourne 103, leading Collingwood on 64. You're on 7's big league, 12.5 minutes into the final term, and North Melbourne doing all the attacking. Crocker on the wrong foot, goes toward goal. It's a chance for Jonas, but he won't get there first, I don't think. Forwards there, well done, Jonas.
Oh.
Kicked over the line by Mullane. I don't think he meant that, Pete, but he got it over the boundary line, and another boundary throw-in taking place, hard alongside North Melbourne's behind post.
Yes, and a lot of the Collingwood players who did so well in the first half have just disappeared from the game. Down to the ground again it comes. A flying shot at the goals, and it is through for 1 point.
That would have been a great
That was Mark Arsieri who kicked that one. He's had a great day.
I thought it was Peter Jonas.
Was it Jonas? Was it? Sorry, Jack.
It would have been a good shot had he got it, but I don't think Kennedy would be impressed with the shooting blindly at goal. But Collingwood taking the ball away through Tony Shaw, then Allen, up to the wing position on the member's side of the ground. It's going to go close to the boundary line here. Jamie Turner went for a hand pass to get himself out of trouble, but the fella he was giving it to was in more strife than enough, Matthew Ryan, because he was surrounded by North Melbourne players.
I'll tell you who's made a huge difference to that North Melbourne defence, Jack, and that's Ackley. He's a steady player down there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's done very well. The defenders have done well since half-time. They didn't have much to throw about in the first half. Peter German trying to pick up. So far, so good, but ran into a brick wall. His hand pass comes out toward the boundary line. Another hand pass coming away from the hands of the player concerned, Gaffer, but couldn't find a teammate before he was over the boundary line. So on the centre wing position, members' side at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the ball about to be brought back in. Big fellows. Posing McCann, the ball kicked out by McCann. Abernethy's little kick comes out to Taylor. It's over to Morwood. Morwood looks downfield. He can see Cloak. Cloak's down there. So was Smith of North Melbourne. Smith up high. Another chance for Steele. He might run it through. No, he backs himself here. No one in pursuit yet. Steele goes short up to Watkins. He can open up the game here. He has the Paddock to run in. He'll get a little hand pass over German, I would think. And up to German it travels. German's hotly pressed by Abernethy. Gets it moving in toward the full forward zone. No one can take it cleanly. Little Tony Shaw got a hand pass back.
Yes, he gets it across to Neville Shaw. A shocking kick straight to David Dwyer. A hand pass to McCann. He's got Jimmy Cracker if he wants to give it to him. He kicks it wide, but he elects to give it to Crocker instead. A beautiful lead by young Darren Crocker. He had 2 men to kick it to, though, because Jimmy Cracker had made position. Crocker also. Lovely pass, Steve McCann. And Darren Crocker is lining up from a pretty acute angle, as you can see by the camera shot of this one, for his second goal.
North Melbourne lead by 40 points as Crocker comes in toward goal. Oh, that's a shocker, Crocker. That's not a good one at all. Straight over the boundary line on the full, off the side of the boot, and you wouldn't call that a good shot, Pete.
Well, we're wrapping him up a moment ago. Back to the back line, Jack. That's where you put the crook kicks.
Thanks, Pete. Well, from the back line as we speak, Tony Shaw has to take the free kick for Collingwood. He was trying to give it to someone who was a better kick in Phillips. Kicked very high. Well done. Wes Fellows took a good mark on that occasion. Got McCann out of the way, looking for somewhere to go. Taylor calling for the ball in the centre of the ground. And that 15 metres might have upset Taylor. No, he comes into position again, led well and took a strong mark. Taylor on the wing position, a long way out from the half-forward zone, and got some Bronx cheers from the crowd, looking for Cloak. Cloak can't get into it first. Good play there by Smith.
Yeah, well, David Cloak, it's obvious he's running out of a bit of puff. If he's 100% fit, I'll eat my hat, because he's really puffing and blowing out there, because he's a long time out of the game, of course, with that hand injury. And here's a chance, though, as we see Graham Allen on the left foot. But who's down there? Looks like Peter Smith coming out to meet the ball, takes the mark. Now he's got 200 metres to run if he wants to. He kicks it wide. He looks for Ross Smith. The two Smiths combining well there as Smith takes it on centre wing. Ross Smith, he breaks away. He's got the loose man there in David Ackley. Ackley with a stab pass. It's a ripper. What a pass as Jonas is led out towards centre half forward.
Now Peter Jonas might just about make the distance here, Peter. We know it's a fair way. He has kicked one goal. Looking there is McDonald on screen. People anticipating he may lead, but I don't think Jonas will kick to him. I think he'll go for the shot. He does. He puts it up high. McDonald's under it. He's got the hands on it. Second grab he takes.
No, the free kick to Fellows for shepherding. The umpire signalled. He said, ran in and said that there was a bit of shepherding. The Fellows couldn't get near the ball, and Fellows takes the kick in the last line of defence. I wonder how he got that mark so easily, Jack.
Yeah, it might have been.
As we see Fellows bring it towards half back, but this has been a great performance. It was a good mark by Abernethy, but great performance this by North Melbourne to come back the way they have. Passmore at the back has done a great job there at centre half back. Not a lot of natural ability, but by heck, he gives 100% all the time. There's Darren Collins bringing it back towards the forward pocket. Will it stay in play? It does to Daniels. Brilliant play, Greg Daniels. He's still got it, the young kid. Onto the left foot. That deserved a goal. And bad luck for the young kid because he's missed.
Yes, he's put in a couple of good passages of football. He's kicking for goal. Not that that was an easy one. I'm not trying to say it was. But he's had a couple of shots at goal and hasn't been too successful. Although he has kicked 2 goals, he really could have kicked 4. Out it comes from the full-back position, and David Dwyer taking the mark for North Melbourne, looking for somewhere to go. The lead is down toward the wing position, and could have been a free kick to Crocker on that occasion. He hand passes back and has been kicked by Smith up toward the half-forward zone. That was Ross Smith. Here's Peter German and Peter Jonas, one waiting for the other. German with more pace than Jonas. He can have a shot toward goal. He's off target, I feel, and only one behind. He didn't really have anyone to give it to, did he?
I was just going to say, as he's coming around the boundary, how good would that have been if someone only had to chip across for a little easy pass in front of goal, but it wasn't on, as the umpire got in the way of Jonas there, and the mark has been taken there by Greg Smith, who was reported in the first quarter. Up it comes towards the centre wing, and it's taken there by Matthew Ryan. Onto the left foot, he finds Jamie Turner. Turner on the right foot towards half forward. The mark has been taken by Darren Collins. Collins back towards Matthew Ryan. Ryan running onto the right foot he goes, and he fires at the goals. It comes back Offline, though, true for 1 point. They can't do a thing right. Were they at half-time?
But the whole point,
Jack?
Pete, the whole point, you'll kick more goals if you're facing the goals when you're kicking, rather than trying to kick them round corners. They were 8-8 at half-time. They are now 9 goals 12. They kicked 1 goal 4 for the second half of this game after looking to have the game fairly comfortably in their grasp at half-time. North Melbourne were 5-4 at half-time. They've kicked 11 goals 5. And that's the difference in the second half of the game here. Daniels and Ackley doing battle, and the umpire said it's a mark to Ackley.
Tremendous value. I reckon I don't know what they paid for Ackley, but...
I'll tell you what, he got hurt there too, and a little bit of work being done on Daniels there. McCann wasn't too happy with the treatment, evidently, that Ackley received. I don't know. I'm not blaming Daniels, but Ackley does appear to be injured.
In the groin, I think.
Yes, he's a bit sore. Ackley not too fit, getting a hand pass away, taken by John Law. He's a great player for North Melbourne. Got the ball moving up to the half-forward zone, and Darren Crocker, a long way out from goal, but took the mark very well, looking for somewhere to go.
Can he play? He's a real good player, this kid. 15 metres, so they're still going on with it, North Melbourne at the moment. This is danger again for Collingwood. Up comes Jimmy Cracker, waits at the bottom, but he's been easily Collingwood's best player, fellows. He's taken 10 marks, no doubt about that, as we see Tony Shaw getting it across to Mullane. Good play by Schimmelbusch. Tremendous plays. He thumped it over the line in front of the Melbourne members.
Boundary throw-in taking place. North Melbourne leading Collingwood 105-66. We've been playing 20 and a half minutes of the final term. Jason Love coming onto the ground from North Melbourne, and the applause is for Wayne Schimmelbusch coming off the ground. Now, chance for North from the forward, or from the half-forward, Frank Arceri. Oh, he got straight around Mullane and has a shot. A very poor attempt again by North Melbourne to score a goal. The kick by Arceri, nowhere near them. I think he could have really tried to get that ball around the end of the goal square, but had a shot at goal and brought himself undone.
Wes Fellows sets himself for the mark, and it's a good mark. That's mark number 11, and Big Wes has had a very, very good game of football, because considering he spent most of the third quarter at full forward, so you can't blame him. It wasn't down there. There's Taylor flying. Couldn't take the mark. Tony Shaw has got it. Over to Graham Allen. Now here's a chance for Graham Allen on the left foot. He fires towards goal. Will Collingwood kick it? No, it's taken through by Peter Smith. So they don't look like scoring a goal at the moment. Collingwood, Jack, scoreboard 16-9 North, Collingwood 9-13 as the ball is brought out wide to Peter German.
Yes, couldn't take the mark though. It's going over the boundary line, and it'll be a throw-in on Collingwood's half-forward flank, and Steele couldn't control it, and we'll see this ball brought back into play by the boundary umpire. Nearly 21 or over 21 and a half minutes gone now. The final term you're watching on Sevens Big League from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. McCann got the tap down to Passmore. He can't take it. Arceri thought of a hand pass, then eventually let one go, and the hand pass finished up with Steele, who drove up toward the wing position, and Smith. Jonas in there using strength to try and get the ball out, but Ross Smith brought it out. Ball being moved on now to Jonas. Jonas looking for somewhere to go, or underground pass up to the the half-forward zone. David Dwyer can't pick up clean. He hasn't got it, or doesn't appear to have a great deal of strength. Was easily brushed aside, and now we'll see a bounce taking place on the half-forward line for North Melbourne.
Gee, see the way Jimmy Cracker, one grab there at the ball as it was coming towards him. He had to bend down, but he still got it, but it was a good tackle and he couldn't get away as the bounce from umpire Morrow takes place. The umpires once again have done an excellent job. Umpires Morrow and Saws. There's little Siri having another flying pot shot at the goal. He's put it out of bounds again. That's the big weakness in his game, Jack, is Marcus Siri. He's been a terrific player today, but
he's had a lot of possessions.
Yeah, and his kicking is just a little bit off at times.
Well, he was once again. He wasn't running toward the goals. He was running away from them, and had that tried to snap it back, but couldn't do so. Through Phillips, it comes toward McCann and Fellows. McCann in front, can't take it. Crocker comes through, gets the ball moving toward goal, to North Melbourne's goal, but it's going to run out of bounds, and will be thrown in near the forward, or in the forward pocket near the behind post.
We mentioned Marcus Siri. He's had 20 kicks for North Melbourne. How many hand passes is that? 8 hand passes, so 28 possessions. Not a bad day's work for a rover.
No, he's done quite well. He had the ball quite a bit. It's been and was one of North's good players for the 4 quarters, I thought, Pete.
Yes, I would agree with you there, Jack. As we see, there's Donald McDonald. No, it wasn't. It was Peter Jonas up in the air. Oh, gee, he had to sit under that. Darren Mullane has had a fairly quiet game, I think you'd agree, Jack, as he brings it towards, centre wing. Over the back is Matthew Ryan. He runs to centre wing. Hand pass over the top. to Abernathy. Abernathy can run 100 metres if he wants to. He goes for the stab pass, but Michael Passmore ducks back. This is poor forward play by Collingwood. He's been a good player all day, Passmore.
Been very solid. This is Smith, Peter Smith, bringing it out toward the wing position, down to teammate 2, and that was Ross Smith getting it moving into the half-forward zone. North Melbourne seemingly with no opponents at present, Peter.
Phil Cracker to Ross Smith. He has a flying pot shot at the goals. He's missed, though, as Cracker gave him a lovely hand pass. He's put it out of bounds on the full. And Phil Cracker's skills right through the day have been unbelievable. He never wastes a kick and he never wastes a handball, and tremendous player to have up on that forward line.
In the final term, with the scoreboard showing 9-13 for Collingwood, that means they've now added 1 goal 3 in the second half of the game. North Melbourne have gone on from 5-4 to be 16-9, so they've kicked 11 goals 5. They have North have the ball on their half-forward zone at present. There's another chance for a goal for North Melbourne as Dwyer picks up, hand pass into the forward pocket. Crocker gets a hand pass over again. Arsiri kicks one eventually. He's had 2 shots for 2 out of bounds on the full, and the crowd, you heard them giving that cheer when he kicks the goal for North Melbourne to make North Melbourne 17 goals 9, 1-1-1, and a very happy John Kennedy. Not that you can see the smile.
Sure, there would be one there.
I think there will be after. I'll go again on the scoreboard. 17-9, 1-1-1 is the North Melbourne total. Collingwood 9 goals, 13-67 on 7's big league.
Well, there's little Marcus Siri, a tremendous game today. 22 kicks. He's kicked a couple of goals. He's given a few away, and he's a real little terrier. Just if he could improve his kicking a little bit under pressure, he'd be a much better player. But he's really put in, as Jack said today, for 4 quarters. And not many North players played well in the first half. Here's a chance for German. He's lifted his game too. Passmore again. One of the better games I've ever seen Mickey Passmore play. It's knocked on there towards Demetrio. He loses it to Collins. Darren Collins to Matthew Ryan. 2 of the young Magpies there combining. Matthew Ryan, he ran a long way. Now he's lost. He tried to do too much. Peter Smith on the left foot, straight to Gafo, and the ex-Caulfield VFA player marks this on half-forward flank.
Gee, I was watching Demetriou there, Peter. He's not moving well. He's got a very high strapping on his thigh, and I would say he had a groin injury, but he's certainly not moving like the Andrew Demetriou that we know. And here's a player that Peter mentioned earlier, David Ackley, done very well for North Melbourne in that back pocket spot. Now, up it's Jonas, can't take it. That was really a mark to the man at the back, Ronnie McEwen. The umpire hasn't paid it, though, and I would think that it could have been paid a mark. Jimmy Cracker taking the ball away for North Melbourne. Up to the half-forward zone it travels. It's gone past a couple of players. McDonald tried to get a hand pass back. Loves has it for North. He has a shot toward goal, but it's only through for 1 behind. But another score to North Melbourne. They now move to 17 goals, 10, 112. Collingwood 9-13-67. You're on 7's big league as we approach the 27-minute mark of the final term.
Well, there's Shane Morwood, who died right out of the game. He played all right early, but most of the Collingwood players have been, well, they just haven't seen him in the second half. Ackley there, well, I don't know what they paid for Ackley, but every cent they've paid has been worth it. As we see Matthew Ryan on half forward, he's got it. He's got a touch of the fumbles. He's got it now. Good play by the young bloke up towards Cloak, and he takes the mark in front of Peter Smith. He's had a quiet day, David Cloak, but I think that's understandable considering the amount of time he's been out of the game.
Yes, Cloak will take this shot from about 20 metres. Looks like got a lot of strapping. Hasn't kicked any goals as yet out of the Collingwood total of 9-13. So he's going for his first goal and Collingwood's 10th goal. David Cloak, 20 metres out. Whoops, a wobbly old kick. He's missed it. Well, Peter, it wasn't the best looking kick off the boot, was it?
Not a best looking, it was a shocker. Absolutely shocking kick by David. He wouldn't be too happy with that. Here they go again, North Melbourne. Look at Phil Cracker. What's this? Have a look at that for football. Over there to steal. He was too slow to get rid of it. It was great play by Cracker. Here's a chance for David Cloak again. Oh, he's not too good with that hand, Jack. He didn't bend down too well there as it comes to Collins. Collins over to Taylor. Here's a chance for Brian Taylor as he's got it. He ducks around onto the right foot. He stabs, he fires, and he's missed. And he's had a bad day as far as kicking is concerned, Brian Taylor. I think that's either 1-4 or 1-5. It's actually 1-5, and that's the way it should have ended too, because Collingwood's second half very disappointing. North Melbourne brilliant. 17-10, 112 to Collingwood 9-15, 69.
Well, what a disappointing performance, particularly in the second half by Collingwood, when they could manage only 1 goal in 2 quarters of football. North Melbourne, on the other hand, steaming home to record a 43-point victory. Main goal scorers for the Kangaroos, Steve McCann finished the day with 3 goals, and Ricky Barham for Collingwood, who had a great start, also contributed 3 goals. As far as the ladder is concerned, North Melbourne are currently in 7th position, just behind Melbourne, in fact a game and percentage behind, whereas Collingwood are in 11th position and still yet to record their first win for the 86 season. But I'm sure that'll be coming up when once again we present more pro football.